actually listen to you.
And hello, everybody. Nut.
I think we just answered which half is on which side.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to some more Dungeons of the Mad Mage. This is session 23, and we're just gonna jump right into things because we're running a little bit behind, and I want to play some Dungeons and Dragons because it's been a tough day, and that's what you fucking do is play some D&D. So,
half a year we've leveled up once.
yeah, absolutely. Move fucking faster.
We will be playing this campaign until we are 40.
Actually, if you go back and look at it, like, you guys are getting closer to level 7, and we're 23 episodes in. You guys are like level 5. You started as level 5. What's your ratio, right? I mean, I would prefer around like maybe 6 to 8 sessions per level up. That's where I would like to go for. But when you factor in things 2 to 3 sessions
like 10,
per level up,
then 6 to 8. Yes.
2 to 3 sessions. Are you fucking kidding me?
Maybe if we did longer sessions, it would make sense.
Maybe.
But we have 3-hour sessions. It's impossible.
Yeah. Even at like
If we
4-hour
were level
sessions or
6,
something like that, I still wouldn't.
Then it would
2
make
to
more
3.
sense, but we are.
Absolutely not. All right. Anyways, let's go ahead and start things off with a recap for today. So previously on Dungeon of the Mad Mage, the party, exploring more of the arcane chambers, found themselves face to face with a puppet man version of Halaster Blackcloak. The construct was verbally hostile, but seemed incapable or unwilling to offer a physical threat to the party. Its repeated taunting and verbal attacks did eventually, however, get under Matashtai's skin, prompting him to attack the Halaster puppet. This resulted in a hidden cache of alchemist's fire shattering and consuming the Halaster puppet. Moments later, the Eye of Halaster appeared and mocked the party for their efforts. Afterwards, the party continued in their venture north and found the remnants of another watchpost, this one littered with the corpses of dead bugbears and even an intellect devourer. Right? Finding nothing of interest here beyond words written on a scrap of parchment, the party continued their exploration, following the hallways north, east, and then curving back towards the south. Eventually, the faint sounds of music reached the party's ears. Following this southeast, the party found themselves in a room with a haunting bone harpsichord. Ezrah, having some measure of learning in the performing arts, was able to read the music that had been carved into the wall across from the harpsichord. And mustering his courage, he then began to play. Unfortunately, his skill did not quite match his knowledge, and the harpsichord reacted poorly to the performance. A surge of necrotic energy rippled out from the instrument, blasting Ezrah into unconsciousness and melting the flesh from his hands, leaving nothing but withered and somehow still functional bone. Unsure of what to do at this point, the party left, heading back south to some of the areas they had skipped past while venturing with Halathgard. They found themselves...
He literally lost his hands, and we decided just, well, we can keep
You guys
going.
were just like,
Yeah, just drink some coffee.
okay, we're gonna walk away. So
We're good.
So the party found themselves in a kitchen adjacent to an old alchemical lab. Here, they were attacked by a specter and its entourage of animated cookware. Fortunately, this assault was easily rebuffed, and the party found themselves in Calabash's private chambers. Calabash, being the individual that Mert the moneylender had asked Ezrah previously to look into. Within these chambers, the party found tomes bearing invisible messages, a broken magic circle, and a trapped chest that was bereft of any treasure. Moving onwards from here, the party decided to head back eastward through the Goblin Market and then north. While traveling through the market, Bones met back up with Pibble and Groin and found that they had successfully harvested the bones of the undead beholder that the party had fought previously, and they had put together a little expedition team of some of their fellow goblins and set up a little base or station within the goblin market itself. So, from there, the party moved onwards to the four-way intersection in the Dwarven Halls. Northeast from here, they found a disturbing scene, a room covered in eyes and gaping mouths, dripping an inky black substance down to the floor. In the center of the room was a statue that seemed to be made from flowing molten gold. Inscribed at its base was a phrase in Abyssal: "A gift of flesh, willingly given, can feed our eternal hunger." Ashes placed his hands upon the statue, and in an instant it came alive, and ochre jelly freed a feast on flesh. Alas, the jelly was unable to acquire its meal, and ended up being nothing more than a minor inconvenience, and that is actually where we fade back in to our adventure. I'm going to go ahead and drop you guys back onto level 2, and we'll change the music real quick. So, we find ourselves over here, and if you check, you will see in the handouts, maps, level 2, we have a newly updated map from the most recent session, so it shows all of the new areas that you guys have explored, and we have actually added in our new tokens, so everyone can see. Let me know if there's anything that's messed up, by the way, but there should be 5 tokens on there. I took the liberty of marking a couple things, the portals and Yek as kind of like a demonstration of what we can mark with like the NPC token. Thanks again to Jay for all of that together for us. Greatly appreciate it. I think it's going to help add a little bit of customization for you guys, right? To go back and be able to kind of like make this map your own and kind of to treat the dungeon as if something that you're actually exploring. So, we find ourselves, you know what I should do? We should make like a start here token, so that every week we can mark on the map if you're in the dungeon where you start. I don't know, that might be over. That might be pointless.
I would like that.
I just think it's
took
fun.
Me a while.
You know?
It took me a while on the map to figure out where the fuck.
Exactly. I think if you could just pop open because I know we're on level 3. Pop open the level 3 map. Where's our start token? There it is. That'd be cool. You know?
Yeah.
What's the leftmost fucking point of interest?
That's Calabash's lab.
The incomplete,
the incomplete magic circle.
Magic circle.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
And there's the fuck off harpsichord.
Actually, swap on over
I'm gonna hire a bard to come down
the
here.
fuck off harpsichord. So this is what I just actually swapped on.
3 strings
This
would
is
be
what
happy
the
to do it, I'm sure.
map actually looks like. So
Let's
okay,
find that
so
one
we got
gnome
that.
that lost his family in the fireball attack.
So, as we are now back into the map, so you guys you defeated the ochre jelly. There's the small riser, the inscription, right? It's still on the placard, kind of at the base of the riser, but the ochre jelly, now slain, is in its death, is just kind of like sizzled and popped the way jellies kind of do, right? They kind of like sizzle and pop and fade out of existence, right? Burning into the ground around you, and the eyes and maws continue to just drip their inky black substance. Where do you guys want to go?
Through the door.
All right. So, Bones, you head over towards the door.
I head to the door.
Are you doing your normal check about etc.?
Yeah, I do a hear and a sniff.
A hear and a sniff. With your base of an 18, you set about taking a few moments to actually check through the door, check the seams, listen, sniff, and it does not appear to be locked. It does not appear to be trapped. and you hear nothing.
Dope. I
Ezrah.
open that bitch.
Okay. It is a tight fit. The seam of this door is flush. There does not seem to be much in the way of space. And as you open the door, it is a little difficult to open. But
I give it the yank on.
breaking the seal on this door does not cause the previous hiss or release of pressure as it did from when you entered the other time.
Oh hell yeah! Hop in here.
So you find
shit, it's
yourselves
this way.
actually back in the massive, sealed, spotless room, right? Where the enormous gelatinous cube had been, the one enlarged by the little glass skull, right? I say little glass skull. It was a big glass skull. It was little in comparison to the gelatinous cube. So yeah, you guys are now back in this chamber, and it's still very clean in here, right? But instantly, at least Ashes and Bones can see there are a couple of different sets of tracks that have come through here. This is no longer the completely spotless, contained room that it once had been. There has been some foot traffic through here that does not seem to be your own.
Which direction does the foot traffic lead?
It kind of just wanders around the room a little bit. You see there are kind of
Frickin'
like
goblin.
dusty trails that go from door to door. Especially the southernmost entrance. There's a lot of foot traffic around that.
Are the feet goblin-sized?
They are not goblin-sized, but they are reminiscent. You've seen enough of these foot pads, right? Because they're not shoes. You've seen enough of these feet type to be able to identify them, I think. Bones and Ashes at the very least. These are primarily bugbear. Although you do see the occasional, like, soled shoe print as well.
The bugbear and the not bug.
The bugbear.
Alright, well, I consult our map and see. Yep, hadn't gone up or left.
Those are both directions that you have not gone.
I go over here.
All right.
I follow.
All right, so you follow on in. Don't
As
forget.
we're walking over there,
I
I
will.
will.
Sorry, go ahead.
I take a step back and I kind of. Hey, Ezra. How how are you doing? The whole hand thing.
I'm good, I guess. I wouldn't mind getting it figured out, but
No.
yeah, I think I'm good.
Is it hurting?
It's uncomfortable.
No padding.
It makes me a little uneasy, but I don't think there's any physical duress. It seems normal. I don't know what to.
You're definitely
well-
mentally strained. Like, just in talking about it, you're just like, I don't know.
Yeah, no,
Well-
it's fucking with him.
Well, if it's hurting or need to get out of here right away, we can get out of here, get it checked out. Just,
It's okay. I know you guys are antsy to get further down, and if we're taking a couple of days off when we go back up there, I don't want to restrain our ability to get closer to your goals. I'm trying to
all
help.
right. Well, if it gets bad, let us know.
Okay.
At that point, right, Matashtai, Wolf does kind of like slink up
Oh, yeah, I
next
forgot
to
about
you in panther form. Yeah, don't forget you were also controlling and moving him around now. You brought this on yourself. You summoned him.
I forgot I
I
had
love
him.
the fact we're like in a tiny ass hallway. Hey, I'm gonna pull Wolf out. Giant god elk.
I think you guys
The
are just gonna get to the point of
second
like, I will never pull Wolf if I am in anything smaller than a
hallway.
3x3.
4x4, because you need room
Yeah,
to
but the
breathe.
thing is, the second
Well,
you
you
commit
know.
to that, you're never gonna roll giant god elk again.
Absolutely not.
Yep.
Okay, so
Never again. Only rat.
while that is happening, Bones and Ashes, you guys have come over to this other doorway.
Come.
So this door also, you've seen a couple of these now. This door is the same kind of make of the previous ones, right? It is that perfectly kind of like flush, sealed in scenario, the dwarven architecture that, and it's not like the entirety of the door is perfectly seamless, because then you wouldn't be able to open it, right? But there are mechanisms inside the door that create an airtight seal at a single point. And all the rest of it is just looks flush, right? So you go about
We open that bitch.
okay, I was gonna say you go about like looking at it, giving it the once over, right? You don't see any traps, you don't see any locks or anything like that. As you go to open it, there is far more resistance on this door than on the previous door.
I reach into my bag and pull out the portable ram. Is it time?
It doesn't seem as though you'll need to take the door down. You can open it without any checks or rolls or anything like that. But there's a seal, like there's a pressure seal to this door that wasn't on the previous one. It's like the original door was, the one to the south.
Another unopened chamber.
Dope, we open it.
Okay.
Oh, I think all the doors in this room are like this.
As
Oh, because they
you
didn't want it was
spaceship.
getting out. That makes sense.
As you open the door, the sudden pressure shoves you backwards. I need Bones and Ashes to roll dexterity saving throws.
I would
Damn,
like to catch
water?
them.
Gonna
Oh,
need
11. I didn't know I could roll an 11.
Can I catch those boys?
It's not going to be that far.
Oh, okay.
This
Shit.
is
35
this is
feet.
for secondary.
In the air.
Oh, so I was waiting on Ashes. I didn't see the first one. So you are both kind of like knocked backwards by the door. So you both knocked back 5 feet, but you're also knocked prone, which is unfortunate as the
Giant goddamn
pressure
moving
behind the door shoves you backwards, and a torrent of water gushes into the room. There is a deafening roar, and the deluge threatens to sweep all of you away. I need...
Well,
Oh, goodness gracious. I need dexterity, or not dex, I need strength saving throws, actually, from all of you. Bones and Ashes, you do so at disadvantage because you have been knocked prone.
Strength saving, you say?
Strength saving throws from
okay. Oh,
from
two.
everybody.
12.
That is actually what your DC is 12.
Woo!
So that is good.
Goodbye, friends.
Oh.
Jesus.
Please make one for Wolf as well.
Ezra
That
and I are
tracks.
going on a
You mean
magical
Panther
journey.
Wolf?
Yes.
Panther Wolf roll.
So
Oh,
we-
Panther Wolf goes.
Ezra,
Uh-oh.
I, and Panther Wolf are going on a magical.
A magical journey. So right. The deluge. I'll go ahead and actually open the door up for you guys. The deluge that sweeps out is a massive quantity of water. Everyone is kind of like pushed back, but Matashtai and Ashes are able to either keep their feet
I like
or
to think
keep
both of them
enough of
grab their weapons
and do
just
the
stab in front of them.
in some way, shape, form, or fashion. They are able to avoid being harmed by this. But Ezrah, Bones, and Wolf are tossed about enough or dashed against the sides of walls that are nearby, etc. They hit the ground too hard and twist or turn, right? That each of them takes 1d10 bludgeoning damage. So each of you takes 5 bludgeoning damage from being tossed about by the deluge. Okay.
That was a quarter of my health.
A quarter of your health, right? So that's for Bones, Ezra, and Wolf. All take 5 damage, and so as that kind of like that happens, right? This deluge of water comes out, and then there's a few moments, like a good 20-30 seconds, as you guys are like battling against the water, being tossed around, etc., as this all happens. And then in the aftermath, right, as everything begins to settle down, you see that this kind of brackish water covers the entirety of the room up to a depth of about a half an inch, right?
That was a lot of water.
And swept out from the room that you opened the door to is a putrid, bloated corpse of a humanoid, and kind of like it's washed into the middle of all of you, right? And it's putrid, bloated corpse of a humanoid dressed in green and purple robes. Beyond that, any identifying markers, right, are obscured by the just disgustingly bloated flesh, right? That's split at the seams. It's pretty sick, right?
Do the colors of the robes signify anything to my knowledge?
Not off the top of your head. There's nothing that displays some this is a mage of this sect or order. There's nothing religious or anything about the robes that would call out to you from that type of view. They seem like they're an arcanist's robes, right? Is what they look like. They look well made, if a bit ruined by the soaking in water for however long this has been going on.
Jeremy, this is so out of place in the floor called the Arcane Chambers.
Right? It's crazy.
Disappointed in you.
I can't fathom what's going on here. So, within the room, right, you see there are overturned tables, waterlogged books destroyed by the brackish water. There are the remnants of an arcane lab within this room, but it's all waterlogged or decayed or ruined by being sunk beneath the water for however long this has been. And to remind you guys, right, as you guys are standing in this great open room, the room that had been sealed or had the gelatinous cube sealed, on the walls of this room, right, are the frescoes depicting the horrific cyclopean cities of black stone that are submerged beneath raging seas, right?
Oh yeah, forgot about them.
I will say there is one thing that has washed out along with this bloated corpse of this mage, and that is there is a small glass wand lying beside him. Or
Hell yeah, let me get that.
okay, so you walk over and snatch it up off the ground, and
I immediately decide I don't want this because it's not bone.
it is a pretty clear glass. It's kind. I had an image in my
I'm
mind,
okay with the wood
but
too.
as soon as I started to translate the imagery from my mind into
Good save.
reality, I realized
save.
that it was just turning into a
A glass dildo.
glass dildo, like a one of the like ribbed styled like glass dildos. And I was like, okay, well, clearly that's been my only glass rod experience in my life.
Giggity.
We'll go with that. It is basically it is a glass dildo wand.
I like how you're like, oh man, I almost made it do like that. All right, lean into it.
Lean into it, right? Just lean into it. And Bones now has this glass dildo wand.
I don't want it anymore. I give it to Ezra.
Ezra,
Or Matt.
you take the glass dildo wand.
Yeah, do you take it?
Do I see any adverse effects happening to Bones while he is holding said?
No, but he actually has flesh on his hands. So who knows what will happen to you?
Wow.
What if it's a rod of bone destruction?
it's a rod of bone destruction.
So you are destroyed.
Oh, actually, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
Bones,
there's
you're
a couple
destroyed.
of different plays.
There are many different plays that we can go here. I enjoy this. This is fantastic.
Ezra will take the
Okay.
the glass phallic.
You can, if you would like to
Bones
notate it,
destroyed.
you can notate it as a glassed wand from 10B. And it is beautiful. It's not just a clear glass. There are colors in the glass, right? And if you turn it kind of like at the angles from Matashtai's drift globe, right, you can see the light bounces and reflects through it in kind of a multifaceted. It's kind of like it's looking through a kaleidoscope style
Point of
thing.
inquiry. Do wands traditionally have arcane runes or symbols on them?
It just
because I have 2 other wands on my person.
Sure.
Is that something that I've seen?
I don't think that
No,
it's
Harry Potter
necessarily
rules.
inherent. I don't think like all of them do. You absolutely have seen wands that do have that type of motif, right? Like arcane runes or sigil or whatever, right? But you don't. It's not a requirement. Just as easily, like I don't think your wand of magic missiles has anything like that. So it's in the style of the creator.
I would do a thorough once over to see if there's any defining feature, maybe a crack in the glass, or maybe something more than just glass that I can see in it.
I think the defining feature would probably just be that it is wholly made out of glass, and that it is not just a straight clear glass. That's the only things that really stand out about it.
Cool. I will
All right.
pocket it.
So, there's now this small layer of water, right, slowly trickling out of the room, because now there's 3 doors leading out of this room that are open, right? So the water at first covers the entire area of this room, and then it starts to slowly trickle out.
How
Nothing
far
else
would you
happens.
say Undermountain is from the sea?
Terribly.
In the grand
Because-
scheme of things,
oh,
no,
it's
not
nice.
terribly.
Because if we're talking about brackish water, the only way that water would become brackish is if either someone had a ton of salt or if there's seawater in here somehow.
I don't know what does brackish mean?
Dirty.
Well, that's
assume-
one term for it, but brackish can also just mean very high salinity, right? The very salty water is typically brackish water. Typically, when
But-
people say brackish, they mean it's like unclean, tainted water, right? Like there's like oily consistency or things like that. It's
Oh yeah, you're
Could be
so
either or.
So, I'm gonna walk over. I'm gonna like fucking cover up my nose somehow, or just hold my breath. I wanna
yeah, it's
go over
pretty
this
putrid now that the body is
disgusting
resting.
body.
Yeah.
And because of how the body is, and it's, being on the verge of just completely breaking down,
Mhm.
I want to pat down the robes to see if anything kind of doesn't seem like if something's firm. Like there's basically I want to frisk the body. Shut up! You're holding a dildo.
as soon as
Anyway.
Ashes, as soon as you touch the thing, you hear this, and you realize the side of this individual has ripped open, and all of the gases stored inside their body immediately begin to emit, and it fouls the room instantaneously. Like you're if you try to, you definitely can try to proceed with the pat down on this thing, but if you do so,
No,
you're gonna
I'm not gonna make it anymore.
you're gonna require a
done.
saving throw.
Nope.
Or
Nope,
else.
I'm done.
Okay. Well,
I'm getting away.
Okay, so you back off the corpse, let it rest. You see fluids begin to slowly pour out of this thing and start to taint the water around it. That is just kind of like sitting in. This is not going to be a pleasant place to be.
Is
shortly.
the water dissipating at a?
It's still about an
There-
inch.
there's several doors open.
That's
and-
that's what I was saying earlier. It's still about an inch in the room, and the water is slowly trickling out. But it doesn't. It's not. The area seems to be maybe intentionally contained, right? So like it's not an even slope that goes out over each of the door thresholds or anything like that. So it's not just like flooding out. It's just kind of trickling out.
It might have been at first.
Yeah, the initial deluge probably saw a good portion of water go out the other three doors, but right now it's just kind of slow.
All right, let's just get this over with real quick. I'm gonna pop in here.
Yeah.
And
So you head inside, and the city drowning beneath the waves motif is not present in here.
Okay.
But what is present is the remnants, the decayed, waterlogged remnants of a mage's laboratory. So, and to describe that, there's basically there's a lot of bookshelves, but there's also a lot of alchemical styled situations. Everything, most of it's wood, right? And everything that's wood is either rotted through or waterlogged, right? You could search through the remnants of this room, but it doesn't look like anything survived well.
Yeah, after scanning the room a little bit, I'll walk back out and I'll say, looks like our friend here was a wizard. Looks like he was tampering around with something and fucked up.
Did
That's
the wand,
actually absolutely what it fucking looks like.
did the wand come with the guy? Or
Yeah, kind of like
was its
it
own
wasn't like
separate?
it wasn't like in his hand or anything like that, but it and the body swept out at about the same time.
Is it
Maybe
a
be
wand of
careful
100
with that
tons of
thing.
water?
That'd be a pretty badass wand, actually.
Though.
All right,
Hey,
let's
cool, fuck this place. Let's go for the other
let's get
door.
out of here, guys. Nope, no more. Come on.
All right,
All
I
right, Matt,
pushed
we
the
can
guy's
go.
body back into the room.
back in,
close the
kind of like
door.
just. It is an unpleasant experience, but you can kind of like combination like shove, kick. Fortunately, the small amount of standing water helps kind of like float his body back over. Right, it's not enough to
Ezra
just
would use
float
his
him,
mage
but
hand to
to
some-
kind of tug a little bit, right?
Make
try and
Um,
keep the parts inside while he's
Sure.
doing.
Yeah. Oh, it's rank and disgusting, but sure, you can get it back in there. Do you shut the door behind?
Yeah, I'm gonna close that door. That's
Okay.
gross.
Gotcha. Sure. Close that door back up.
I'm gonna need to make a token with a giant G for gross.
I would
This
be
is gross.
curious to
This is
check
also
it
gross.
later to
Gross.
see if it fills back up.
Ooh. So, that curiosity at the top of our minds now. You head over back towards this northern door. Bones, giving it your once-over treatment.
Yeah.
Okay. Same thing. This door has a seal, but unlike the one you just dealt with, it feels like the previous door, right? The one that has the seal but was not pressurized anymore. right? So you there's no traps, no lock or anything like that. And as you go to kind of like move it a little bit, it moves freely, so it doesn't give you the feeling that it's been pressurized on the other side.
That's a good sign. That's a good sign.
Mhm.
I open it up
Okay,
with,
so
with reckless abandon.
reckless abandon. You open up the room, and almost immediately upon opening the room, right, you see a dark hallway before you, right? But almost immediately upon opening up the room, you hear quiet chatter coming from the west, right? And you hear, but you do not understand. Ashes is right behind you. Ashes. You hear in Goblinoid. You hear, "Hey, hey, quiet down! What's that light?"
Oh. And I'll whisper back, goblins.
You a few heartbeats pass, right? And you hear all down from the western portion of this hall. You hear in broken common, you hear this, "Who goes there?"
Oh, come in some more patrol. To help.
Did you say Doom Patrol?
No. Sorry.
Oh.
I don't know what they're saying. That was out of character.
Well, do we want to back and like go against the walls back here and wait for them to come out and ambush?
I was gonna say you should shout out to them in Goblinoid and be like, "We need help, help."
Okay. I don't know. We're pretty close to the the outpost. Maybe it's like connects to the back of the treasure room or some bullshit.
What are you guys doing? Do you have a response or?
Sure. We found some intruders. Come
Step
help!
over here.
Technically not alive.
You, a few moments pass, right? And you hear like
Bones, you gonna stand in the doorway?
you hear this voice call back that goes, well, like you hear whisper, like you hear argued whispering, right? But it's too far away to actually make out what's being said. But you hear this afterwards. You hear this. How many eyes does Xanathar have?
Ezrah.
Say lots.
Many.
Also
Well-
technically true.
You shout that out. You shout that out, and there's this boom, 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 boom.
Damn it.
Sean! Intruders!
Shit.
Sean? He's calling for Sean.
Goddamn Sean.
He says,
It's like a heavy rain.
Sean!
Where you had the Sean
There's one
button.
in every group.
Fucking
What,
Sean.
instant reactions. What do you guys do?
So, just gonna say that Ashes has no idea what Xanathar actually looks like.
No, sure, absolutely.
Alright, are we gonna charge headlong in? Or are we gonna try and bait him into here?
Let's go in. Fuck it.
Wow.
I'm gonna
I drink a
say
potion.
so. Are you guys reacting immediately, or are you waiting for a moment?
I reacted
Ezrah
immediately to
is
drink a
waiting.
potion.
Okay, well, you react immediately to drink a potion. Okay.
Delicious.
But no one's like running out into the hall, like sprinting out to engage these people.
No.
All right. Then a few moments pass, right? And then you hear from down the hallway, you hear this. In common, hear this voice call out. Very different to what had previously been yelling to you. Right?
My name is Sean.
And it says, "No need for this to turn ugly. I am Shun Shurith, leader of this outpost.
Sean for short.
We can discuss things if need be. Perhaps you're just exploring, do not know where you are. Perhaps you're lost, or perhaps you seek employ. Come, let us speak."
Okay.
All right, let's go speak
alright.
to him.
I'm gonna
Let's go
walk
speak.
up. I'm gonna walk up and I'm gonna take my shield. I'm gonna stick it out in the door. Kind of wiggle it. And, wait, and I'm
See
waiting to
Sean
hear
the
like
trickster.
a thunk.
That is a nice shield.
Nothing happens immediately.
Also, what was his name again?
Shun
Shun.
Shurith.
Sean.
Sean.
Sean for short.
So you hear nothing immediately, or nothing happens to your shield, right? There's no arrow or javelin that slams into it. But if like a heartbeat afterwards, you hear snickering, right? And Shun calls out, "Truly, I mean you no harm.
Can't ever be too sure.
I understand and admire that quality. Much more thoughtful and intelligent than my usual company." And you hear this, "Hey, what do you mean by that? Shut up."
Shut up, other Sean.
All right. I'll still with holding my shield up. I'll step out.
Okay, you step out. What is your line of? I need to
I
be
don't see
careful.
anything.
Because I have to. Okay, so.
I can just tell you I see nothing.
Well, that's what I need to see what your line of sight is because I have things on different layers, so I need to know. And right now, you are too far away to actually see anything.
I guess I'll start slowly approaching him.
You are too far away to see him.
Yeah.
You are too far away to see him, but you are not too far away for him to see you.
Alright.
And as you step out, the same voice, Shun, goes, "Ooh, a tiefling. Careful, lads. We have a interesting one on our hand. I'm assuming you're not
Hey.
alone."
I am not. You're right to assume that we were exploring. We have business deeper in the dungeon. We're passing through.
"Oh, interesting. Well, then perhaps we could be of service to one another." And so as you step forward, you do begin to slowly see. You see, far down the hall to the west, right? You see standing, kind of like just peeking out from a corner. You see a man.
Does he look like a man?
You see a drow before you that has been partially transformed into a spider with 8 red arachnid eyes down his face and a mouth full of fangs and tiny mandibles and black bristles sprouting out from his arms.
Oh, hey, do you know Shenzi?
We're
Sorry
not
about
acquainted.
And seeing that I'll still I haven't lowered my guard yet, and I'll be like, speaking of rarities,
He kind of he says, "Oh yes, I'm quite the catch."
the name's Ashes.
Shun, but I already gave you mine. Welcome, Ashes, to the Spider Eyes watch post.
Damn, because his eyes are spider.
Because yes,
Says, let's have a little bit of a show of faith, shall we? And he steps out.
Oh,
His arms
Still
raised.
can't-
You can see he is armed and armored, right?
I still can't see you. You're real far away. It's real dark in there.
Oh, but I can see
I'm just a
you,
southern boy. We can't really much see.
And he
when it's
says-
dark.
as well as that panther companion of yours. And he says it like he has like an inherent distaste for it, right?
For panthers.
Yeah. He might
Panthers,
have
the mortal enemy of Spiderkin.
look. He might his people might have a little bit of a history with a certain panther. That
Yeah,
make
I know.
them maybe a little on edge.
really? And of all 8 creatures,
That's what happened.
Well,
Welcome
Yeah,
to
because
D&D.
just Duerden had a panther.
Yeah, I think Jay's saying like, you know, like
Oh,
Of-
God, I
of
thought-
all the-
I thought he- I
of
thought
all
he
the
was saying,
animals for
like,
you guys to actually get out of
pull
the
from the
random
bag.
check, the one that you
Oh,
have
okay.
right now is the one that they would actually be nervous about.
I'm sure it didn't
My
help
bad.
that Mitch was like, I want a panther, I want a panther, I want a
That
panther,
would
give me
be
a
nervous about
panther.
a giant screaming
Here-
deer.
He rolled a
all
panther.
right. Well,
I mean,
seeing,
they
seeing
might be.
him come out like that, I'll stow my shield and I'll start sheathing my sword. And as I let go, the icy film over the top of the sword will dissipate.
I see. I
And
see.
suddenly he goes, Spider-Man.
No, he will. His hands are raised, and he will say, "No offense, but." He crooks his fingers, and you see kind of well, I say you see, yeah, a couple of you will see. Out of the shadows, kind of behind him, come some individuals, kind of like giving him backup, right? He's basically like saying this like, because he's talking more to Ashes at the moment. He's basically like, you have backup, right? I don't want to put myself out here completely in the open without my own backup, right? So he says, so you're exploring, heading further into the dungeon. Interesting. And so okay, I do want to make one note. I can't do this, so I'm not even trying to,
Oh no!
right? He speaks like a proper noble drow, okay? That's how he tries to speak, but his words are slurred by the fact that he has these 2 mandibles and this mouth full of fangs, right? So when I say he speaks like, when he says this, right, he's like, oh, how interesting. It's more like, oh, how interesting, right? Like he's speaking eloquently, but it's slurred through his teeth and spider mouth, basically. Not enough to the point to where you can't understand him, but it's one of those, like, you can't imagine him being accepted very well in polite drow high society. So he says, do tell, what what are your plans further down in Undermountain?
We're
Perhaps.
on a quest.
Oh,
Glorious quest.
well, perhaps our goals can align.
I think we should be upfront with you. We've ran across other
Alright, well, we're fighting
watch
now.
posts, and they were a bit more aggressive.
Aggressive.
Attacked you on
So-
sight, tried to steal everything you owned, force you into slavery, if not kill you. Yes, well,
yeah, you pretty much got it. That's what the
I won't lie. Sometimes the situation presents itself. However, I prefer diplomacy in order to make my wealth. And
Y'all
truth be
got any
told,
slaves right now?
no. We do not.
Okay.
It's okay if you had them a while ago, but not right now.
I mean, if there's any current slaves, I gotta free those bitches.
I gotta free him. So he says, my mission, my reason for having this post is to control territory and make profits. Getting half of my forces killed for no reason is not going to achieve that.
And I can guarantee you, we do not wish to waste resources that we can save going deeper into this hellhole.
Fantastic. As I said, perhaps our missions can align. I have interests on both this level and the next level. Are you looking for work? Interested in making coin?
You would be.
Depends on the job.
Hans?
I ain't gonna hurt no one that doesn't need hurting.
Oh, well, I assure you that people need hurting. He'll say, there's a gang of were-rats on this floor, led by an
I slightly nudge Ashes in the ribs.
led by
Like
a
elbow back.
mage, a traitor.
Oh yeah, fuck traitors.
He stole a key
Running commentary.
from us. I'd like it back. If you can negotiate it from him, wonderful. If not, prizing it from his cold, dead fingers suit as well.
It might be worth mentioning that we did, in fact, run across a were-rat on our way here. It
Oh,
seems-
yes?
Yes, it was with some other rats, and it exhibited a little bit more awareness than the others before it dashed away.
Yes. They like to slink about. I believe that is likely how they stole the key. And he kind of like looks back at some of the you see some bugbears that are flanking him, right? He kind of looks back and says, some idiots only think of rats as a nice treat instead of thinking them the danger, threat that they actually are. Where did you say you saw this intelligent
Boom.
rat?
Boom, boom. Where was that? That was
It was
While
on
he's
one,
looking,
right?
real quick, we're looking for a mage who is also a were-rat?
He did not say that.
Oh, okay. We're just
I'm
looking for
looking
a
at the
were-rat?
He said there's a group of were-rats that are led by a mage. That is a
Yeah,
traitor
the
to his...
mage himself is not, or may not be.
Yeah, he didn't specify as to whether or not the mage was.
Okay.
It was on this floor.
It wasn't.
It wasn't. It was on floor
Mhm.
1.
It was on...
Okay.
By the forge with the carrion crawler corpses.
Oh, that is right. Because we ran across it on like in transit.
Yep.
Okay. Then I will relay that information.
He will say, that's worrisome if they have branched out that far, but perhaps that was a different. Still, information worth knowing. And
What are
he
you-
actually he says that, right? And then you hear this, and you see a coin. Cling, 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 cling. About, I mean, he doesn't hurl it. He just flicks it, so it's maybe about 30 feet away. It's a gold coin. He like flicks you a gold coin for the information. But like I said, it's about 30 feet away, so you'd have to move up if you want.
Maybe it's
What are
a.
you...
I'd see that maybe it's like a trust fall, kind of like see if I'll come closer with, just to see if I get ganked.
I'll walk up there.
Okay.
Whoo!
Matashtai
there's some
starts
people.
walking forward. You take up the coin. It's a gold coin. Add 1 gold to your character sheet. Toss you a gold coin for the information.
Sean, and I say, what are you offering for this key?
For the key itself, 100 gold pieces.
Not bad.
What does it go to?
What does the key go to?
So if it's like the door to the next level, well,
Kind of.
Denethar's inner sanctum.
No, he will say, I don't know.
It's kind of far away. Can I see facial twitches? Is he spider twitching with a lie?
He's within sight for you. You can roll an insight check if you want.
Okay. 'Cause I don't trust spiders.
It's kind of hard to read a spider face. But the tenor in his tone, right, the way he speaks to you, his posture, doesn't give you the impression that he's lying or hiding anything. Sounds like
That's
he answered
mage.
you honestly.
Then, why you want this key so bad? Out of curiosity.
Does? Well, just answered. I'm a curious person. And a little bit of coin to satisfy curiosity. Well, it gets boring down here sometimes. A little bit of a treasure hunt is a nice bit of distraction. And, in a place like this, can sometimes be a worthy investment. That key could hide thousands of gold worth of treasure. 100 gold
Well,
now for that. Well,
We've can
Worthwhile.
confirm we've ran across some pretty nice things on our previous dives down. So, where's the last place you saw this this wizard? Is there a place where he's hanging out that we could kind of
I know they're down. I know they have a base on this level. And I know it's south of here. But I do not know the specifics.
So he's on this floor somewhere.
Our previous reports, yes.
We'll look into it. Will you be around here for a while?
Oh, yes, I think so. For quite some time, I believe. Tell me! You said you had some prior experience with Xanathar outposts. Any on this level?
Let's see.
We think we walked through one that had run into some trouble.
One that was actually either protected or guarded by an undead beholder.
Ah,
My wife.
so
My wife,
You son of a bitch!
you're the ones who killed Nadia.
Guilty.
He flicks another gold coin.
yeah.
All right, I'll take a gold
And he
coin.
says, least I can do. Getting that praised woman out of my way.
To be honest, we didn't even really get to interact with her that much. The fight with her was actually pretty short.
Oh, yes, she's not much for talking.
Nope.
Right
All
then.
Well, I guess we'll be on our way. There's a closed door in the previous room. There's a rotting corpse behind the door. Probably don't open it. It's pretty wretched. Just smell. I'm still,
Shun looks back to the bugbears and he says, you hear that, boys? Free food tonight.
Despite
Meat's back
Ash's
on the
best
menu,
effort,
boys.
you see him audibly go.
The bugbears seem excited about the prospect. Before you guys leave, like kind of sensing that you guys are trying to break away, Shun says, if you're intending on heading further down, you should know I might have other work for you if you're interested.
Give us all the side quests now.
Sure. I think we can do that. Where's the way down?
He says he's kind of like holds and he's like says oh, Faith, yes. Further
Sure,
south, past where you took care of Nadia. There
I
should
flip
be.
his gold coin back to him.
It clatters on the ground. He doesn't stoop to pick it up, but he looks at it and like he kind of like points to it, and one of the bugbears like dives on it, grabs it.
Dives. Ah!
Oh, that's my pay for a week.
Starts chewing on it immediately.
Yeah, right.
Accidentally swallows it.
Sure. So, he will say, he'll say, some more I have funds and how does he say this? He says this in a way that shows you that his hands are kind of maybe a little tied on certain things, but he will say there's a group of drow on the 3rd floor down, Sargoth level. That's, well, they're kind of moving in and making a mess of things. Word's getting around that maybe they're planning on making a move on Skullport. Now, that's strictly Xanathar territory. And their proximity to this level, the position that they're in, makes it somewhat difficult to get supplies on the occasion.
We've got business in Skullport anyways.
As well. I'm sure if you go down to the next level, that you could negotiate with the drow then as well. Though, I warn you, they're treacherous. Likely to kill you or enslave you as soon as they get the chance. Not asking you to kill anyone, necessarily. But if you could make things difficult for them, well, that would make things easier for us. As soon as things are easier for us, well, my ability to flow coin, pay for other objectives, well, that increases.
I think we can work something out.
Think about it.
Tell you what, we'll see if we can't find your mage, and when we come back with the key, maybe we can go a little bit more in depth for future business opportunities.
Just something to keep in mind. Who knows? Maybe you head down, and you never see a drow, and everything's perfect. But just in case.
We'll keep it in mind. I'll look over to Matashtai. Be like, ready to go?
Yeah.
Says, if you prove fruitful allies, it's not just me you might find work with. The Xanathar is a powerful organization.
You got anything that we could use to state our good intentions to others?
You do this job for me, and I do.
Alright.
Alright.
I'll throw it in on top of the 100 gold.
You got yourself a deal.
I can abide by that.
His like weird spider face, like kind of grins, and the mandibles clack, clack, clack.
Gotta be related to Shinzi. There's
Right?
no other.
There's no way
Got to.
that they're not related.
Yep, there's only one part spider, male
You're
and
right.
female at a time.
All spider people are related.
Hey, I'm not the racist.
All drow spider people are related.
I'm not the racist. You're the racist.
All right. Ashes will excuse himself, start walking away.
So yeah, you
And-
guys. So the lines of battle begin to kind of like pull apart, right? Like you guys begin to back down the hall. Shun and his posse begin to kind of like pull back down the hall, etc. Right? And I think if you guys just want to like move yourselves back into the room or something like that,
as we're
by all
walking
means.
away, I shout back over my shoulder real quick. By the way, How many eyes does Xanathar have?
You'll find out if you finish this for me.
See,
Not sure if that was a threat or not.
no, because that's the call sign. All right. Well, have we explored everything up this way then?
Well, I mean, there was more behind Shun, and there was a right angle that went back south in this hallway, but I didn't feel like it'd be like, oh hey, real quick, we're gonna snoop around your area real quick.
Well, like this hall over
That
to the right
connects
goes
with,
up and turns
what's
left.
her name?
Yeah,
Oh.
the right angle that you're at right now is just goes around and
Oh,
down.
gotcha.
Alright, I shut the door and I draw a kitty face with a no sign on.
Gotcha. Okay, fantastic. So that is a do not go this way. Understood. Okay, so you guys have a plan on where you would like to head from here?
Well,
I mean, we could go
looking
deal
at
with
the
that
map,
gibbering
it
mouther.
looks like we've pretty much explored.
I don't real want to
everything
deal with
we
that.
can. We have the
Teleport
option
us
of
to the
going back
crossroads.
to
Let's go down.
the gibbering mouther place, or go back to where we fought the undead beholder.
If we
Unless
fight
I'm
the
dead
different.
gibbering mouther, I will be as far away from that thing as possible.
So-
I'm not
so-
It
going to
only
find
has a
gibbering
movement of 10 feet.
So there is the gibbering
and
mouther.
he killed Gad instantly. No.
You
There's
also
that.
had like 6 health.
There is the
You had 6
there's the
health.
way south from
Accurate.
the undead beholder location, the Xanathar watch post there, right? But there is also, if you remember the way you guys went to get to that place, there was a branching path that headed west from there.
Oh, that's not a wall.
Nope, that's not a wall. So that's why I was talking about maybe we come up with a token that shows this is a path that you guys didn't go down, because it can be a little difficult to like just look at the map and be like, this is an unexplored location, because sometimes it's just black wall, so you're like, that's a wall.
I'll work on that.
You
I'll
know,
work on
Alright,
that.
well,
So-
let's go there then.
maybe we do that.
I'll do a start location, and I'll do an undiscovered path.
Okay. So, I'm gonna teleport you guys real quick. So where are you wanting to go?
Let's go to the branch.
Okay.
To the brand.
To the brunch.
Well, so first I'm
We
gonna
all hold
teleport you
hands and
guys.
The
teleport.
savings
I'm gonna
account.
teleport you guys down here because I will say there is this path to the north.
Let's check out this path to the north.
Dash up there or some shit.
Wait, really? We didn't go up north?
Well, you guys went east
Oh,
into
again,
the
it's a path that, yeah.
room first.
Okay, yeah, that's gonna be a helpful token.
To the north.
To the north.
Okay.
For the north.
I heard a bunch of clacking, so I'm waiting for people to teleport. So you guys
King
go
of the
walking
north.
down this long hall, right?
Panther, Wolf,
im-
and I
You
start
immediately
sneaking.
Okay, so you as you come to this end, I do want to make this. I want to make this clear. As you guys come to this end, you hear
This is probably the back of his
voices.
frickin'
You hear
thing.
voices call out, right? From the distant east. You hear this. Who's there?
Alright, I turn around. Fuck this. This is the same goddamn place.
Okay. So you guys don't
Is it
respond. You
really?
just fucking like peace out. Just head right the fuck back down. Okay.
Yeah, and as
I
I,
should
pass
be
the car, I say,
like-
I don't respond. This is the same fucking place.
That's fair.
Just leave them wondering, you know?
All right. Teleport us to the next location.
All right. So, so where do you guys want to go? You want to go to that branch. You don't want to go to Gibbering Mouther. You want to go to the branch before Nadia's and the
You can
Undead Beholder.
Yes.
Mouther.
Yeah. Okay. That's where you guys want to go.
All right, let's go
Um,
take the Mouther.
So, if you guys want to teleport that direction, what we're going to do is we're going to pop open the tension pool. We're going to tick the tension pool up one as we kind of like fast travel, right?
Damn, now I gotta pay to fast travel? This is horseshit.
Yeah, you got to pay to fast travel. You got to pay the tension
Yeah.
pool to fast travel. What you got to do.
I can
Alright,
live with
so
that.
if I just click, I don't have to pay in the potential pool?
Huh? No, you still gotta pay if you're traveling long distances without anything happen. You pay in the tension pool.
All right, well, teleport me down
so,
there, Teledin.
You guys are gonna get teleported down.
Down, down the goblin town.
All right. So, you guys should be stationary now, and yep, we're good. Okie dokie. So, you guys find yourself now at this branch. With the southern path, you now know, right, leading down to the what is that place called? The Deadeye's Watchpost, right? And then the western portion being unexplored. So
Western, over here.
This is not the Gibbering Mouther area.
What? I thought you said you guys didn't want to go to the Gibbering Mouther area. You said the branching area.
They keep being indecisive.
Okay.
I have not been indecisive on this subject. I will not go to the Gibbering Alpha area.
Okay. Does that settle it? Is everyone gonna let Zach make the call there on the no Gibbering Mouther?
He's not gonna go.
I think at this point we're well enough off. If
We
it
can take
goes
it.
really poorly,
Uh-oh.
then we can just call it a day.
Uh-oh.
How are we gonna get back up the chute? It's a chute.
It is a shoot.
There's not gonna be calling it a day. It's a
And
death
what if there's multiple Gibbering Mouthers?
Then we run the fuck away.
up the chute?
I have a
Well,
climbing rope.
He does have a climbing rope. That's a good point.
Mhm.
All right, whatever. Take us to the Gibbering
Are we?
Mountain. When
Are we?
die,
Are we?
want you to know, I want everyone to know my goblin's gonna be real fucking annoying. Let's go.
I got
So
Boomy?
it's gonna
Fucking
be
Boomy?
like Zach.
God damn.
Oh, but worse.
aggressive. Teleport us, Godman.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm teleporting you
Got it.
guys. I'm doing it in stages though, cause I don't want you guys to potentially get into something that you shouldn't. Okay, so
The wall.
same scenario. Yeah, the walls basically. So I'm gonna say you guys come ooh.
Ooh.
It's magic. You knew.
Oh
Ooh.
yeah, electric skull thing's probably back.
Ooh.
I scattered his
As
skull.
you guys come back in, so I'm gonna say you guys go back through the Goblin Market, you come back around, you pass through all the ghouls, right? Their corpses, and you come back to the big electric shock room, right? The bronze floor panels or the copper floor panels, and you see kind of like a quarter reformed hovering
Yeah.
in the air, right, is like the lower portion of a part of a jaw and the side of a skull, right? And you see little filaments, little like powder dust slowly like reforming this thing up the side. Slowly. But if you actually like sit there and watch, you can see.
Is it reaccruing its bone through like D&D osmosis?
Yep. If you
Wait, I whip a
check,
dagger at it.
so if you two check your pouches
Hi.
where you kind of like had the remnants of the bone, you see that's a little bit lighter. You're missing a little bit of it now.
Cool.
So you whip a dagger at it. It shatters and crumples back down to the ground. It's unable to defend itself in its unregenerated state.
Pull out your mortar and pestle and just grind it into a fine
Grind it
dust.
I mean, it'll still come back together eventually.
Maybe if you snort it, then it'll reform in your head and you'll have super electricity powers.
Maybe it'll
Or
come out of
die.
your belly button.
Whatever, fine. Coward.
I don't even have a
Coward.
mortar and pestle.
Coward.
Come back, you coward!
Oh god.
Alright. Are we going down here?
Okay,
Yep,
so you guys
okay.
head over to the chute that leads down.
Hold up, you're real
the
hurt.
conductor
You're real
room.
hurt. Hold up. Come here. Let me poke you with my rod.
Oh, Ashes? Yeah, he's a little banged up.
Yeah.
I'm a little.
Oh, that's the wrong button. I clicked the wrong button. I just
27. I'll take 27.
You hit him with the wrong rod?
You take 19 damage.
Jesus.
God, I wasted the fucking crit.
Yeah, you did.
Well, you get 10 HP.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
So from this chute, you see the chute kind of like goes down and angles around out of your vision, your field of vision, but you do hear this murmuring laughter, this incoherent babble that begins to kind of like filtrate into your brains, and it adds this just kind of like edge of hysteria.
Okay. Does it sound like there's only one of this voice?
The very nature of the creature and the way that it functions makes it impossible to distinguish whether there's one or 20.
Quantity.
It's incoherent psychobabble, like echoing off of your mind.
All right, cool. Going in.
Do it.
Was there any preparation with like the rope of climbing, or is that like an after? Like, if we need to climb back up,
yeah, that's
we'll
what-
rope of climbing up, not we'll
Well,
start
I mean,
it with
if we're
the
just
rope.
going down, let's use a normal rope.
Okay. Are you guys gonna
how's-
use
I
a
think
rope, or are
I'll
you just gonna slide
If it
down to
comes
the
to it,
chute?
I've got potions of climbing. I'll just leave.
Okay.
And
So
I
you
have
guys-
cat claws.
You're
I'm
just
gonna tie off
s-
a rope. I'm gonna tie off a rope and just throw it down with us.
Okay, just in case. All right, gotcha.
Yeah.
Alerting the monstrosity.
Okay, so are you letting yourselves down with the rope slowly, or are you
I am.
sliding down?
Yeah. We're going to repel.
You're going to repel. Who is
We're going
first?
to repel. I will
Ashes.
go first.
All right. There is no way for you to repel silently. At least not for you.
Fair enough.
So,
So be it.
as
You
you
get ambushed.
as
by
you
gibbering
ca-
gibbering
as you
beings.
cautiously come down, right? You begin to like lower yourself. You curve around, and pretty much immediately, you are set upon.
By
As you come here, right? Matashtai, I'm just gonna pull everyone down as they're going. Is everyone else coming, or are you guys staying at the top while Matashtai and
coming.
Ashes? Okay. So I don't think this is a surprise. You guys hear this. Everyone select their tokens and roll for initiative. However, this place is basically impassable. You guys are kind of like locked into this positioning at this current moment. Okay? And the goop.
the goop.
The goop.
Is that what we're calling Mouthers now?
Yes.
Only when they
The
go
goop.
fucking mouth.
The goop.
Just make it chase you, Jay.
The goop is right on top of you. Ashes, as you kind of like lower yourself, you come around this corner and you begin to like
All right, where's this
begin to
little piece?
drop
Oh, God!
down, and it's right on top of you. This big purplish or pinkish mass of bile and mouths and teeth just comes at you.
Give me Gad back. Wait.
And that is
How
a
high up is the
You
chute?
did no
gibbering
Gad.
mouther for you guys.
Yeah,
Hey,
I know.
what?
How
It's
high
a
up is
new-
the
Gad
chute?
back.
The chute, it lets down right onto the ground. So
okay.
where Ashes is he's right there. It doesn't like come out and then you fall down to the ground. It basically comes down directly to the ground itself. Okay. So gotta roll for this mofo.
Roll low.
Not
Or
very
don't.
high.
That's cool too.
I mean, that's still.
High. All right. So Bones, you are at the top. Unfortunately, you are also at the top of the chute. It is too narrow for you to climb through your party to get down.
I climbed through my party to get down.
Yeah. So is there anything else that you would like to do?
I'd like to.
You could. So in theory, right? You could hold.
Cat climb on the roof of the chute and come down.
I'd like to cat climb on the roof of the chute.
Can you squirrel that? Can you like upside down cat claw above everyone else, downwards and curving?
So yes.
I don't
I
think
think
you
you
can. I don't think realistically you can.
I'll agree to disagree.
You could save. You could hold an action to hold movement, right?
You can hold an action to hold movement?
Well, so you can't move, right? You can't like you can't move and act in a held action. But your action can be I'm holding a move action to wait until everyone is out of my way and then move into the space.
It's like using your action to dash.
Yeah,
but
you're
not
holding the
really
dash
dashing
action
anymore.
to
It's just
dash
moving.
into a free space. It's the same thing as like saying like I hold my this doorway is blocked. I hold my action to move into the doorway as soon as my allies or the enemy is out of it. Yeah, you
You
absolutely.
just don't get your free movement.
You just can't do. You don't get anything else, right? You can't then act on top of it.
Can I whip a dagger if they move out of the way?
Say
Move
what?
out of the way?
You can't
curve the dagger.
You can see it because of
if
you
they
can
move out of
see
the
it
way?
because of the limitations of the lighting on Roll20, but you can't actually see it where you're at.
Can
You're
Can he bounce the dagger off of the wall of the chute?
no, you
Can I do
cannot.
that?
There is
No,
no
how
way
Frosty
from your
can
position for
throw
you to
shurikens.
harm this creature.
Kunai.
Alright, well then I fucking hold an action to.
Is that what you want to do?
some shit.
Hold an action to
Yeah.
move? Okay.
I hold an action to slide.
Ashes, you are up then. And this thing is
I am
right on
going
top of you.
to-
Actually, hold up a minute.
Pulling
Oh,
up.
you gotta fucking roll for bullshit.
Yeah, you start
Oh,
your turn
yeah.
within 20 feet of it, and you can see it, so I
Yup.
need you to roll a DC 10 Wisdom saving throw.
Question.
Woohoo! You good. Yeah, so that psychobabble hits your mind like a wave, right? And it crashes up against it, and it kind of like shakes you, but you're able to shake away the effect and not have it hinder you immediately. What would you like to do?
I let go of the rope and I rip out my sword.
Immediately,
And-
as your feet touch the ground, from letting go of the rope, you realize the area around this mouther, the crazy aberrant nature of it is warping the stone into clay.
Oh, yeah,
So as soon as your feet touch, right, it's like this dough-like difficult terrain.
I do have enough to get there.
I
but
need you to
just
roll a DC 10 strength saving throw.
Or be eaten.
Damn it.
You hit
So
the
if it was
ground.
The beginning of the end.
You hit the ground, and you sink like a half a foot into the clay. Your
Okay, cool.
speed is 0 until the start of your next turn.
Cool. Got
You're
it.
not moving anywhere.
All right. But you know what I am doing?
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit it.
By all means, you do you, fam.
I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna hit it twice. I'm probably gonna hit it once.
A 12. That's a hit. Absolutely.
Okay. And
Come on, cowards. You're not
11 damage, another 12 hits,
Another
another
10,
10 damage. Nice. So this series of unfortunate events starts to befall you, right? But you still land, and you still just like just start hacking into this mass of pink goo and teeth and eyes, and it shrieks like the psychobabble turns to shrieking as you slice into it. But you don't care. Whatever.
Okay.
Ezra, you're up. You can hear Ashes is clearly in conflict with something, but there's obviously, as you look down into the chute, there's a gap. Like there's a stopped up gap of your allies kind of stuck in the chute trying to go down it.
So I cannot see Ashes?
You cannot. No, not from the actual location that you're at.
Can I see both Bones and Matashtai?
Yes, absolutely you can.
Cool. I am going to pull out some licorice root, and as I stretch it and start casting, I am going to twinned haste
Okay.
Matashtai and
Bones and Matashtai, you both feel this surge of energy rush into your bodies, and the rest of the world slows down around you.
I'm a fast boy.
Fasty boys.
sorry,
It's-
Ashes. I
with
really
super-
wanted to...
It's
Supernatural.
considering the situation.
With supernatural quickness, I turn back and I thumbs up Ezra, and
And
I'm ready to
then
go.
I take a couple of steps back.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so the gibbering mouther is basically entirely focused on oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah, so kind of like in response, I wish this actually was a reaction. I think the gibbering mouther would be more interesting if this was a reaction ability instead of an action ability. But oh wait, hold up a minute. You can do both. Okay. What it does is in kind of a response to you slicing into it, Ashes, you see this, like it kind of starts to shudder and shiver, and it makes this god-awful like retching noise, and you see this like bubble of black bile begin to form out of one of the mouths, and then it goes and it spits this glob like up over your head and into the chute, and it's gonna hit basically onto the tile that Wolf is on.
Okay.
And I need, this has a small AoE. And when it hits, when this ball of blinding spittle hits, it flashes. This brilliant light, like it suddenly, like, flashbangs. And I need Bones, Matashtai, Wolf, and Ashes to make a DC 13 dexterity saving throw.
And advantage for the boys.
Add advantage for Bones and Matashtai, yep.
Jeremy,
Yes.
can I make a dexterity saving throw?
Yes, your
My
movement.
feet are currently embedded in the earth.
Well, that's more of like a
Is he considered restrained?
no, he's not restrained. His
Okay,
movement was
alright.
just moved to set to 0. That was more of flavor text than anything else.
Okay.
So you're like that sets your movement to 0, but you've since like
Okay,
pulled your
gotcha.
feet up at, and you're able to respond at this point.
Kind
Okay.
of.
So Bones passes, Matashtai passes, Ashes does not pass. I need one for Wolf too.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Mm-mm-mm.
Panther Wolf.
Panther Wolf.
Bitch ass.
Panther Wolf.
Panther Wolf. Ooh,
Nope.
okay. So Panther,
Panther
Wolf
dies.
and Ashes. Nope, no damage. Panther Wolf and Ashes are both blinded as they are unprepared for this blinding flash. They basically get flashbanged, right, by this gibbering mouther. So
Mantis
Wolf-
shrimp bullshit.
right, absolutely. Wolf Panther and Ashes are both currently blinded until the end of the Mouther's next turn. Which means Ashes, as it goes to now, like, reach up onto you and the mini mouths begin to try to gnaw on you, since you are blinded, you have less of an ability to defend yourself, so it has advantage now. So,
All right.
so this is going to be an advantage bite attack against you. It kind of needs the advantage, let's be honest. Okay.
He cannot be crit.
Yeah.
Uncrittable.
Uncrittable.
Yeah, I bet you're regretting that adamantine armor now.
No, I am very happy about it. Actually, I don't want to kill my players. That could have been another Gad. Like real quick, that could have turned into another Gad.
Yeah,
I told you these things are fucking awful.
They are pretty awful.
We got this. Stop being a bitch stack.
16
Says
damage.
the man 18 years away.
Oh,
not in
goodness.
danger.
And concentrating on your haste.
That's
I
true.
like to
He was
imagine,
also in
since
danger.
this ball was shot behind me, I imagine I was like, what the? Oh, God!
Yeah, and then the thing
And then
just
it-
like
while
gets on you.
He like grabs me. I'm like, oh, God!
So you
No!
take 16 damage, and I do need you to make a DC 10 strength saving throw. Oh my goodness, bad luck for you tonight. You are knocked prone by this. So go ahead and mark yourself as blinded and prone currently. Matashtai,
Blind.
you are
I'll just use the same thing that Wolf has.
you are blocked in this chute right now. Now, I will say, Ashes looks like he's in the way, but right now he's not. He's down on the ground. Wolf is the one that's in the way now, but once it's Wolf's turn, he'll be able to move past Ashes, and then you'll be able to get out. Just as a heads up, that's the current stopgap situation right now.
So I could put down damage with my bow, or I can wait to move so that bones can get through.
Yeah, you could do one of those too. I will say, if this sways you in any way, shape, form, or fashion, it absolutely has like 3/4 cover from where you're at. With the fact that you're basically like
I hold my action to move.
you're sliding down with a rope, and there's a cat in front of you, and then there's a tiefling in front of that. So it's like, yeah. So you hold your action to move.
Hold my action to move.
Then it's Wolf's turn. Okay, so Wolf goes moving around. Well, no, he doesn't start. He does, but I don't think
it stopped right here.
I don't think it counts though, because it's still difficult terrain, right?
I'd be so fucking mad if
He starts his turn within 10 feet, but he's not starting his turn in the same 10 feet. It's not the same terrain, right? So I don't think it works that way, quite the same way, right? So you can move him. I don't think he needs to make a saving throw, but it is difficult terrain. So each movement is going to be 10 feet. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So 10.
Mm-hmm.
20.
Yep. He's pretty fast, isn't he? Doesn't he have like 40?
He has 50.
He has 50? Okay, he's super fast. Yeah, he can go where the fuck he wants,
He
basically.
can still only can go there though, because that's 20. Any more would be more than half. Oh, wait. Never mind. I'm dumb.
Yeah, he's fine.
Math is hard. Math is hard.
Yeah, so it's
I'm
10,
dumb.
20. He can go quite a bit more. Sure.
He can go here.
All right, so he just books it all the way around. Gotcha. Fantastic. And is he gonna do anything else? Is he gonna attack, or he gonna bite?
He gonna bite. Hold on. If Panther moves at least 20 feet straight, no, it wasn't
definitely
straight.
not straight.
He gon' claw his bitch.
Okay, have at it. Hope he gets him.
Get clawed.
Get him.
Actually, I'm gonna bite. Bite, not claw.
Okay.
Bite. Get bit, bitch.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, so Wolf is able to like get a good position on this mouther and really get in there and start to like rend and tear, right? He does the whole like Lion King thing where he does the and like mauls bites on him. So that's pretty good. Another 10 damage for a panther. That's a pretty nice hit. Should be told. Okay. Anything else for Wolf?
No.
Okay,
He
fantastic.
is wolfed out.
Bone sorry, held actions for both Matashtai and Bones can now trigger.
Somehow to move, which I didn't know was a thing, but I'm doing it.
So
15,
Matashtai, you go down in
25.
Yeah.
30.
Okay.
5.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't forget it. Each one is 10. Each one is difficult terrain. Are you good? Or do you want to move again?
This thing used its reaction? I don't remember.
It has not.
I don't really
Don't
want
have
to get
like
hit.
800 move speed because of haste or some bullshit.
Yeah, you have double.
Oh
movement.
yeah, I forgot I have
Yeah,
double movement.
you have crazy move speed. It's just a matter of whether or not you want to.
Yeah, I just don't
break
really
away
want to
from
get hit by it. Fuck it, I'm gonna get hit by it. I'm just gonna keep running.
Okay. Yeah, it will try to bite you. Absolutely. Some of the mouths kind of whoosh out towards you. You are not blind, so it does not have advantage.
True.
Fucking Christ Almighty, it hits though.
Holy shit!
What
you're
the
thinking
fuck
what
is
is
that
dumb motherfucker
damage?
said,
It'll be fine. Let's go fight the gibbering mouther. They destroyed our hopes and dreams.
What the fuck is that damage?
That's pretty crazy damage. That's
oh, man,
That's
what
pretty
is that?
obscene damage. Ooh.
5d6.
I could not predict Jeremy to roll this well. Nobody could have.
No, I don't think so. I don't think that's possible.
That is
Like-
so above average.
Jesus, that's
That's
really
kind of
high.
like the fuck off
Remember,
harpsichord.
our 2/4 fucking unkillable god turtle cleric instantly. But no, let's go fight him. Let's go
Yeah, the god cleric that had like 5 HP because we just got out of a combat.
I do need you
Was
to
a
make a
god.
DC 10 strength saving throw, Matashtai.
If I fail this, Matt is dead. There's no
He'll die.
chance. Yep,
well,
I'm dead.
he won't die.
I'm going to be knocked prone and he's gonna hit me.
Okay, so
Not
you are
yet.
you. But when you get there, though, what's
Oh,
your?
hold up. Actually, so I have 100 moves.
I was gonna say, what's your base move speed? I think you could just get right the fuck back up.
I stand back up and run away.
You're like, oh, fuck this.
So just getting there was 5, 15, 25, 35, and then you got
What would that
hit
do?
as you
Why
try to
wouldn't you
break
just use an
away.
Extra action to disengage.
Say what?
Oh yeah, why wouldn't I do that?
I don't know.
What do you?
Oh, wait,
because
no.
this is your
Can I
held
disengage?
action. You can't.
Oh yeah, because I can't do that. Yeah.
Well,
That's
couldn't
not
he
what
have
I'm
done
doing.
that as his free action during the turn?
What say
You can't
what?
Reaction disengage.
Why not?
Because
not a thing?
it's not a thing. You can't. No, definitely
You can't
cannot.
disengage when you're not engaged.
Whatever. I run the
Absolutely
fuck
not.
away.
Okay. So you
How
get
far
back
can
up.
I get?
You use your
So I'm
super
at
speed.
85 right here. How far away can I get? I want to be as far away from it as possible.
85. It's out to a range of 10 feet. So you could. What direction do you want to go?
Away. This way.
Okay. So that would be 35. That's 50. That's 85. So this next move is still another 10, right? So that's 95. So you could get to here. You could get right here.
Okay.
That's where you can get.
Fuck. Can I get up here?
Yes.
I want to go there.
Theoretically the same distance. It just looks further.
I feel
Anyways.
safer here.
I feel safer here. Absolutely, by all means. Why not? Okay. So that was unfortunate. Now, Bones, your held action.
Oh, she's all out of reactions.
Yeah,
Get
your
in
held
there, buddy.
action can trigger, and you have like
Hell
50
movement,
billion move speed.
5,
So where do you want to
15, 25, 35,
go?
45.
Okay.
All right, held movement over.
Gotcha.
Actual turn.
Fantastic. Actual
You
turn.
do have double movement, so if you wanted to move more,
He wants to hit. It's its turn though. He wants to hit it now.
I want to stab it.
So before that though, I need you to make a Wisdom saving throw. DC 10.
I didn't want to stab it anyway. I wanted to stab it probably.
And since you're starting your turn within 10 feet of it, I need you to make a DC 10 strength saving throw.
Yeah, I want to stab it.
You are good, period. You're able to stay light on your feet so the clay-like ground doesn't take away your movement, and you're able to resist the
Yeah, my cat, fuck
the
you.
the verbiage, right? The babbling in your mind. So you are good to go. Stabby. You absolutely hit on all of those fucking attacks.
I do all of that.
Okay, so that's 28, 36,
40 damage.
40?
Yep.
40, what?
Math me. Sneak attack is 14.
14 plus 7 is 21. 21 plus 12 is 33. 33 plus 7 is 40.
Slash. 28. That's
28
absolutely
plus-
correct. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
100%
it's 40.
right.
40
40.
damage, guys.
Um,
Wow.
40.
I
I'm the first one to say that.
miscalculated.
40.
I skipped one. So Bones hits the ground like slogging through this this fucking clay-like substance.
Fuck that, I'm
Comes
blood on my
ar-
feet. I'm like Legolas on snow.
Comes around, right, and gets hit by this wave of like psychobabble and is able to repulse it, and then just launches into carving into this thing,
Legolas on snow.
and it's a pile of goop by the. It's just this sputtering multiple chunks of mouths and eyes that are going.
I did it. The danger has passed.
I stand up. I rub my eyes.
Oh shit! Oh, fuck!
I yell up the chute. Ezra! Ezra! Sorry. Ezra! Because I'm hasted.
Yeah,
Ezra!
yeah.
The danger has passed! Ezra!
I drop concentration and they both get super lethargic.
Oh.
Pass the fuck out.
Yeah, I think aren't we like stunned for a
So-
turn or
so
some
those-
shit?
Yeah, you are stunned.
6 seconds, you're
So
stunned.
I'm sitting there on the ground blinded and they're out of breath.
Yeah.
Just like, "Ugh."
Panther Wolf is like, rah!
Well,
I-
Panther Wolf is also like blinded for a moment, and then it comes
Yeah,
off.
So
Right?
Ezra
Yeah,
really
he's
comes
just
into a
attacking
scene
blindly.
of disarray.
Guys,
Oh,
are you okay?
God,
Ow!
what the fuck was that?
Everyone
Everybody
can-
come
Everyone.
here so you can heal us.
How many
Is it
charges
safe
you got
for me to
left?
come down there?
No, we're talking to you because it's dangerous.
Everyone can
Okay,
add
I'll stay up
100,
here.
Get out of
150
here!
experience to their character sheets for the
How much?
gibbering ambush.
150.
50?
150.
150.
150.
150 for the gibbering mouth.
Alright, fam, 150, fam.
150. 150.
Ezra would slowly start.
Everybody
Just
gather
making your way
around so
down.
I can do my dance.
I'm
Do you have
good
the
to go.
charges for that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I used 4 so far.
Okay.
So if I use 5, I have 1 left.
Nice. So you don't have to.
That's good.
How many charges do you get back at dawn?
1d6 plus 4.
Wow, that's.
So I have,
not
I have a
bad.
chance to fully restock it.
Yeah.
All right.
Ah, be healed, my children.
Nice.
Wow.
Very
You're so
good.
You're so
Everyone
good.
gains 26.
God, I'm such
health.
a fucking good healer.
That's
talk about-
almost my max healing.
That's almost max healing on that. That is one off max healing on
Who needs
that.
a click when you got a mat?
I was gonna say you talk about me making really good rolls. Well, when you make heal rolls like that, it doesn't fucking matter. Jeez.
Oh my god,
Holy
yeah.
shit.
You were what? Yeah. Good.
I was 1 off
gracious.
from max.
This is good stuff, isn't it? Right?
And then I was
old
rolling
boy?
all 10s the other day when I was healing up Ezra.
Yes, sure.
The staff is
Yeah.
fucking.
Yes,
It's
sure.
leveled up. It's become more useful.
You guys definitely are getting your money's worth out of that fucking staff
Absolutely.
so far.
I gotta
Like, holy
like
shit.
between being able to bonus action drink and the one, I feel a little more comfortable. But the
God,
thing
we're
is,
so fucking ready to party now.
yeah.
What gibbering
Yeah, I'm
mouther
thinking
that almost
good
killed
party.
me if I had not been
Yeah,
hasted.
what? Okay. 13.
So I helped.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Matt
All
walks
right.
over and he hugs you.
I do like the awkward kind of like offbeat tap.
Except
Dude,
it's
don't
your
touch me
bone
with your
hand,
bone hand.
so it's
Yeah.
really weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just
Here, now that you guys you've healed yourselves, right? Begin to look around, and you see right in this area, see to the north a red stone altar covered with small, dirty handprints standing
from
in
that.
this northern alcove. Okay? Small
yes,
engravings cover the altar, though they are difficult to read because of the greasy handprint. Overturned mine carts and discarded mining equipment lay scattered across the floor all throughout this chamber, but the walls are carved with these kind of stately not engravings per se, it's like wall decor, just like it's nothing specific, it just looks like it's intended to be something grand or good, right? And then you see to the south of you, right, you see a great hall heading southwards, and to the southeast you see a great hall heading eastwards.
Hey, Ezra, do you think you could kind of magic-y clean this up a little bit? There's something here, but I can't make it out.
Sure. Yeah. I walk up and I start prestidigitate. Jeremy, I started.
Can you get the oil off of it?
Wait, say what?
You said it was like an oily substance over the top of it?
A greasy substance.
I'm talking to Jake. You sent me a message. I can't check it on Discord because if I try to flip on Discord, that flips everything
Your
on
TV.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I see. That's why I have this here.
It normally is better positioned. Is what I was.
Wow, really?
I don't have to block like everything about the TV. I just,
Really?
Whoa, what's wrong with
Was
it?
trying to be helpful.
I appreciate it. Though. Casey's just playing Spider-Man.
Gotcha.
We on
Yeah.
Twitch.
Boaterman.
Huh? What?
We're on Twitch. Shouldn't it be good that she's playing Spider-Man?
Well,
Now we can get the Boaterman fans in here too.
yeah, get them
I didn't know
Spider-Man's
if it
fans.
was
No, it's just, Jake's just trying to let me know to be cautious that something else is playing in the background, which is, I appreciate it.
Fine.
But we're
Don't
good.
turn it into a huge
Yep.
dick.
You can never be
we're
too
good.
sure these days, man.
But yeah, you do have to be careful. All right, I understand. Okay, so
Especially if we want to become famous, boys.
oh yeah,
We
super
had
famous,
the
right?
opportunity. It passed.
That's the plan. Okay, so I think
Jeremy,
this is a very interesting thing. So I'm gonna keep this in mind as we go into the scenario. So I think intent is very important. So Ezra steps forward and begins to prestidigitate to remove the grimy, greasy handprints across this red stone altar. And as it removes the small engravings, what languages do you speak, Ashes? And Ezra, I suppose.
It's abyssal, like orc and goblin, infernal.
Yeah, neither of you
Infernal
understand the language that is written here.
Can I understand any of the roots?
You probably recognize what the language is, but you have no idea how to speak it. It's Dwarven.
I speak Dwarven.
Oh, so as
I'm
kind of
Dwarven.
If I would make that, if I could make that call
Sure.
out, I would.
So while you kind of like you make that call out and Bones comes over to investigate, the redstone altar itself begins to glow. And
Ezra takes a step back while he's pressing.
Ezra
Ah, the language of
and
the fathers.
Ashes are both awash in this faint red glow that beams off of this altar, and you both you feel your fingers, your extremities kind of tingle for a moment, and then
What
all
if
of
it
a
just says,
sudden
"Hail Satan."
you feel this warmth wash over you as though receiving some sort of blessing. But you know not what that blessing might be.
Cool.
And I'm going to make this distinction very clear. Ezrah and Ashes both are getting it because the blessing is given to whoever cleans the altar. Ashes
Hell
had
yeah.
the intent to clean it, and Ezrah had the action to clean it. So I think that deserves
Okay.
from who would be giving this blessing. I think they would be willing to, in that moment, be like they're both worthy of this blessing. So Ashes and Ezrah are both currently blessed in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And Bones, in the immediate aftermath, can find maybe a little bit of information on this. Many of the engravings upon the altar are praising Dumathoin,
Ah, Dumathoin.
one of the gods of the dwarves, one of the major gods of the dwarves. I believe the god of mining.
Ah, patron of the shield dwarves. And dwarven deity of mining and underground
Mining and
exploration.
underground exploration. Yeah, known as the keeper of secrets under the mountain. So Bones is
There you
able to
go.
kind of like read or tell you all this from the engravings that he reads upon the altar, which is clearly dedicated to Dumathoin. So it seems as though Ezrah and Ashes have been blessed by the god for the act that they have performed for one of his altars.
Giggity.
So
I feel funny.
you do actually, like, there's a little bit of tingling on your extremities, and you feel overly warm, like maybe. Actually, I don't know if Ashes knows this feeling.
Damn, like you gotta pee?
No, it's the feeling of like you just started like drinking hard liquor, and that feeling of warmth in your chest, right?
Well, I would
So-
say maybe he knows. Like he
Sure.
might have been drunk before.
From times
Taming?
before the
Yeah.
order. Sure.
Yeah. Maybe he would. I would say.
So
yeah, maybe
Ashes
he's been-
gets to experience this long lost feeling momentarily, but it doesn't come with any of the associated lack of inhibitions, you know.
First thought is Ezra's hands are healing. He gets really, really excited, and then
Your hands remain the same.
a little disappointed.
So, now all that remains are the altar remains, right? But it's now cleaned and glowing, just this faint red glow. And then there's the overturned mine carts and discarded mining equipment splashed around. So, what would you guys like to do next?
Let's explore more.
Let's,
All right,
let's
let's-
explore.
Okay.
This way.
So you guys are gonna head eastward.
I take off
Chase
into
after.
the night.
All right.
I'll
So
stop right there while I wait.
So you guys head down this easternmost hall, and it is this grand hall. It's most of the places that you've been inside Undermountain are far more cramped than this typically is. This was meant to accommodate it either was meant to accommodate a lot of traffic, right, or it was meant for some sort of grandeur. And being attached to like a temple to Dumathoin could explain some of that, but who knows. You find at the end of this hall to the east that it looks as though the roof is caved in. It's filled with rubble and debris from times long past, right? Whatever caused this. But there is a rough tunnel kind of carved into the rock in that direction.
We'll go down the tunnel.
Down the tunnel? That's
Is
the
there
plan?
anything mouthing?
Yeah, do we hear mouthing sounds?
No, not
And
currently.
I go down the tunnel.
Okay. So you begin to head down the tunnel, and it is twisting and turning, right? I will say, I'm gonna bring you guys back just a tad. About here, right? If everyone is heading down,
Do not do that. I don't know where I am. Oh, there I am.
Question I would have as I get closer: does it look like the tunnel is created by tools, or does it look like claws, or
It's hard to tell.
So my blessing doesn't help with that. Got
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't seem as though that's the blessing. No. I would say for someone of Ezra's knowledge, it's probably hard to tell.
I'm
There's
just
not.
testing the waters.
Yeah, there's not really any particulars
Clever.
that are
I like
gonna show you one way or the other.
A mining god, maybe, you know.
I think it's a valid concept, absolutely, but that's not what this one does. So, I would say at this point, Bones, you begin to hear a familiar babbling.
Okay. I'll turn around.
And
I'll leave.
actually, everyone else is going to have to leave before you. These tunnels are tight enough that, again, they create a stopgap.
I crawl up on the ceiling.
But I'm assuming, does everyone want to, like, reverse course and, like, pull back out of the tunnels?
Look,
You are
that's fine.
muted,
Let's go
Mitch.
find another one. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Right now, let's
Everybody,
go.
everybody, come out. Let me send Wolf down to see how close to the entrance it is, because I don't really want to get stuck behind each other like that again.
All right, go do that.
That
Go,
could
Wolf.
be very
All
deadly.
right,
So
I'm
are
backing
you
up.
wanting Wolf to kind of, like, stealthily scout up in?
Yeah, I want Wolf to be like.
No,
Alright.
be fucking loud.
Roll
Turn
it
to the
on
elf.
up. Roll me a stealth check.
Okay. Panther. Stealth.
Panther.
Not great.
Okay.
He's just sitting there
so,
bitching about being a panther.
God
so
damn a fucking
he does
panther.
he does pad into the
Yeah, the
darkness.
Panther sucks, dude.
Bending on. Go ahead
I
and
mean, he had a
press
plus 6
forward.
to stealth. It just went bad.
I mean, you could have done it.
No, I'm not going down.
So
there.
I can't see what Panther sees as a heads up.
Oh, okay. You cannot. I'm not sure that Panther sees anything, because you should be able to see. Does Panther? Here, in a moment, I will double check. What's Panther's sight range? Panther's sight range. It does not say on.
Apparently, Panthers don't have dark vision.
Doesn't say on. That's
Sounds wrong.
stupid.
That sounds very
No.
wrong.
Wizards of the Coast has so much of this shit with, like, random animals not having things that they should have, like fucking dark vision. A panther doesn't have dark vision? Really? Do panthers only
My
hunt
ass
in
is
daylight?
busy.
Sounds
What
like
about
bullshit to
Dragonborn?
me. Like, no, Dragonborn, fuck you.
Dragonborns are fucking incestuous
Dragonborn have
and fucking
15,000
stupidest
other
thing ever.
things. I don't care about
Whoa!
I don't-
Whoa!
I don't care about
whoa,
PC
whoa.
classes. I care about random animals in D&D not having the things they should.
I care about
This
that.
panther absolutely has dark vision. We're gonna put that in.
Okay.
Because that's stupid. So let me adjust the token real quick, and there you go.
Panther Wolf appreciates you.
So you should have dark vision on Panther Wolf now.
Thanks God.
Thanks, God. You're the
Okay.
best.
So as you kind of come to the edge of this tunnel, right, you see the collapse outward, right, as debris has clearly, like, created this huge scenario, and Panther Wolf, very stealthy and quiet, sneaks into the situation, and he sees in this place, let me check and see.
What the fuck, dude? Fucking copy pasta.
He sees that the walls in this partially collapsed section are streaked with veins of bluish green ore, and he hears faint echoes, murmuring, and chattering, shrill wailing, and then he sees not one, but two amorphous blobs
Huh.
on the ground, just kind of like jiggling, right? Because they're not aware of anything at the moment, so they're not like up in arms, so they're just kind of like sitting there. Here, let me grab them real quick. Here and here. and they're just kind of like quivering pools on the ground, just undulating and babbling. What would you like to do? Oh, Wolf Panther.
I feel like Wolf Panther would be uninterested in dying.
Yeah,
so-
absolutely. So I think Wolf Panther, one of the interesting things about Wolf is he can do these things for you, but he's not like a familiar, so there's not like a
It's not
ranged psychic connection that he can feed back to you or anything like that. So he's kind of more of a mundane scouting utensil. He has to actually come back and
like-
deliver the information to you.
Yeah, I feel like he comes back and he sits down on his haunches and he takes his paw, starts licking his paw,
Okay.
and looks at us and goes,
Fucking well.
"There's two of them. Bottom. You'll probably die." Sorry,
Cool,
I
what
took
you
some
do?
liberties with Wolf.
I don't think he would necessarily disagree in this moment. So, friends, what would you like to do? I would say from the information.
Oh, but he will say that they were roughly 30, correct me if I'm wrong, but roughly 30 feet away from the entrance of the cave.
Yeah, the closest one
we
is
could
probably
probably
about
kill one
30
before
or
it gets
so
to us,
feet, and the
though.
other one was further. I will say, so Wolf can kind of describe the overall length of the cave to you. And I think, again, you guys are adventurers, you are skilled at this. You make this very clear, right? You could try to sneak up on these gibbering mouthers, right?
Not me.
And so it would be once you are basically around the bend, that's when your stealth rolls matter. So if you guys are like, send in the super stealthy people first, they might be able to get in to the room without much of an issue. It's the non-stealthy people that are potentially going to trigger the gibbering mouthers' awareness to cause that kind of like domino effect. So if you guys are worried about like a bottleneck, that would be something to think about.
I'm
Okay,
just
so
saying I could
maybe
Hulk out and freaking do a whole lot of tanking. Like,
All right, I snake.
I will say
Alright,
this
I'll
though,
come-
again from a mechanic standpoint, because this people will say this is metagaming. I don't give a shit, right? You guys know that Wolf rolled a 12 on its stealth, so in theory, with a 12 or higher, you can get to where Wolf was without issue. So Matashtai rolls a 16. Bones, you're good.
Elven kind advantage.
Yep, you're good. Who else feels good about their roll? Or do you guys want to go in waves, or do you want to go all together, or how do you want to do it?
We go
Talk me
together.
through it.
We
Do you
go
want me to
together.
roll
I got
another
disadvantage on
stealth
gun. I
panther?
don't think that's.
No,
a
I
good
think
idea.
he's fine.
Okay. Then Panther Wolf's gonna come with us. I think we'll send the stealthy boys in first, and let's get positioned.
So
And
who are we
then-
counting as non-stealthy boys? So you want to go stealthy boys. So I will say you guys can basically get up right to about 30 feet. That's kind of like my limit, because I think beyond that it doesn't really matter how stealthy you are.
I can't see him now.
Okay,
Yeah,
hold
I
on.
don't see him.
So
I just
let
threw
me.
myself out there, so I have
throw
no
you
idea
guys.
where I am
So-
or anything is.
What you're looking at is right here. Okay. So where you guys are right now is basically about as close as you can get without set, because it doesn't matter what your stealth roll is if you walk out into the open, they're going to be aware of you. Right? So
Okay.
where you guys are right at the mouth of this tunnel, right, you just kind of like snuck out just a tad. You're good. So now you want now the plan is to have Ashes come in. Do you want so are you guys wanting Ashes to try to stealth in and see if it goes well?
Okay, here's a question. If Bones and I should attack, would we get a surprise round?
So
They're unaware of us.
Yeah, they're unaware of you right now. It's that matter. So I'll tell you what it is. It's the matter of if you try to move, right? Like if I want to get into melee and flank these guys and get into a good position. That's not going to work in that way. What you're going to do is you're going to trigger their chance to roll a perception and see if they notice you, right?
But let's say Bones and I both bow a bitch.
But as soon as if you guys both just go pop pop, then yes, you guys absolutely can get these ranged attacks off as a surprise round, and then we go to base initiative. That's how that would work.
I would like to Hulk out and get in range as quickly as possible, so that I can try to keep you guys from getting eaten.
Okay.
But I don't know how to work that in.
Okay.
So I think you guys have a couple of strategies.
How about I'm gonna go back. And I'm gonna
take his place.
Hey, Ashes. So we got set on 2 of them. I think we can get in range. I think we could pop a couple shots off at them. Maybe we can take one down right away. But as soon as I shoot the shots off, I'm gonna start screaming, and you come running. All right?
All right, I can do that.
All right.
So before combat starts, so mechanically, so I don't have to waste my turn transforming beforehand, I'm gonna go ahead and transform now.
Okay.
So,
All right.
If you do that starts because you only stay transformed for a minute, right?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay, you got plenty of time then. Yeah, you're absolutely
So,
fine. I was like, if it's a minute,
I'll
that might be a countdown timer that's a little close.
I'll steal my sword and
Oh, you have the fucking wolf one. Oh, that's amazing.
Hey guys, we have
roll.
rollable tokens now. So Jay, when he shifts, can actually shift into a wolf form.
That's pretty dope.
I thought it was pretty
Alright.
cool.
So I go back down and a position, and I look at Bones. I pull up my longbow.
I guess
Yeah.
I pull out my bullshit
Telepathically
short
to
bow.
him. I telepath to him like, "You want to do this, or you want me to send Ashes in first?"
I draw my bullshit short bow.
Okay, so
Alright, left one.
I aim my bullshit short bow at the left one.
all right,
All right.
go ahead and fire off your barrage of surprise attacks.
Do we,
And we'll go ahead
do we
and
have
get this
advantage on these
started.
attacks? I don't remember how surprise works. Do we have advantage?
I don't know that
Because is it like hidden?
I'm hidden. I get fuck y'all.
surprise.
I'm hidden as fuck. Don't take this from me.
I'm 99% sure that is a yes. So yeah, it's the unseen attackers and targets rules. Combatants often try to escape their foes noticed by hiding, casting invisibility, or lurking. When you attack a target that you can't see, you have disadvantage. True when you're guessing the target's location or you're targeting a creature. The target isn't located. When a creature can't see you, you have advantage on the attack rolls against it. So absolutely.
Okay.
You guys are unseen and unheard in this moment. So I would say you're attacking simultaneously because I'm not gonna be. I don't like the
Can I activate
mechanical
Kensei
standpoint.
shot with this?
Do you have to do anything to activate Kensei shot? Like,
My
do you have
bonus
to?
action.
No, I mean, like, do you have to like mutter an incantation or do anything? Like, does it say that you have to do anything aside from use a bonus action?
There isn't a verbal or...
No, it says
Then-
I use
then-
my bonus action to
Then
do it.
absolutely you
I
can.
focus my key.
Yeah, that's all you're doing. Like you do the like inner calm for a moment. Your Kensei shut is up. I will say this. I'm gonna let both of your first attacks be at advantage.
I only have one attack. Joke's on
Well,
you.
then that's really good for Bones. The second attack's not gonna be at disadvantage because they're aware of you at that point.
dealio.
Fair enough. Okay, so longbow 23 definitely hits. Longbow 24 definitely hits. Roll your damage. Bones,
Okay.
roll your
So I'm just gonna tell you this.
bony boy.
I'm rolled.
Oh, are you rolled? I don't see
Yeah, he did
a.
before.
I
He
crit
did
you
9
right-
plus
directly
6
in the
plus
face.
6.
That's a short sword.
Yeah.
Why are you rolling a short
Well,
sword?
It's
Yeah,
the
you
same
did roll a
damage.
short sword.
I'll be honest with you, I clicked the wrong thing, but it's the same damage.
We're rolling the wrong thing. Okay.
They both say short.
That's 31
I
damage.
gotcha. Okay.
I'm
Fantastic.
gonna expend a key point to Death Strike as well,
Okay, sure.
and then I'm going to shoot again with my second shot. And I was gonna do it anyway, so it might be dead, but I don't care. I'm gonna Death Strike that as well.
Okay.
Wow.
So total from Zach is what?
11.
16 plus 15 is 31.
31.
31 from Zach.
I said
okay.
it first. Fuck you, Jacob.
You did.
28 from me.
31 from
I can see
Zach.
it.
28
Good.
from
Good.
31. 28.
Wow.
So this
If we kill it instantly, can we be still
this
hidden?
this Mouther is pincushioned, but it is not instantly dead. And immediately the babbling rises. There's a kind of like a series of shrieks, and now I would say here. Let me double check this real quick. Yeah, I would say because this was right on the edge of your vision, you guys weren't able to see this earlier. A third mass rises on the edge of your vision.
Oh shit! Abort!
So I'm
no abort. We fought to the death.
really
Ashes
glad
heard
you
you
guys got
shout.
this good surprise round, because otherwise this might have turned real ugly. So
Fight to the death.
everyone
Yeah,
select your tokens.
Matt would have been like, "For bull dry," as he did this and shit. Like,
Everyone select your tokens and roll initiative, please.
Oh, good.
oh, please be swift. Oh, please be swift.
As a coursing river.
Swift.
Roll bulk macro initiative. Ooh, bad initiatives.
Please also be
Well,
swift.
okay-ish initiative, I
Nope.
suppose.
Not well.
One of them's real fast.
I hope it's that back one.
It,
Please
it
be
is-
that back one.
It is that back one.
Yes!
The back one is the fastest one. Okay, so Matashtai, immediately, you are outside of the range of the babbling, so you're okay. Your turn. What are you
Alright.
gonna do?
Bonus action. Kensei shot. Pop.
Pop, pop. A 12 hits.
12 damage.
This gibbering mouther, now pierced by a fourth arrow, sizzles into a pile of horrendous squealing goop.
I turn. And I pop the other one. Pop.
Pop, pop.
Oh, I do not.
That is a hit.
Oh, Jesus. Pop.
They're like many a jelly-based monster. They have very bad ACs.
12 damage. Again, I am
another 12
nothing but
damage.
consistent.
Very nice. Another arrow sinks into the creature. Do you want to move or anything like that? You guys are. You're not. Anyone can get through
Walk my
you.
way out.
You can get through. It's not the same type of stopgap as like the shoot was. So
No, I'm gonna stay where I am for now.
okay. I just wanted you guys to be sure or that you understood that. All right, Ashes, you're up. Damn, this fucking song goes hard. What is this fucking song? Is this one of the new ones? Oh yeah, this is one of the new ones. This is Unchallenged.
Ah, yes, from Fairy Tale Season 6.
Yeah, you guys are unchallenged. Here we go. All right, Ashes, you're up. You're hulked out, fucking
I
werewolf
will use
form. What do you
my
want to do?
action Dash.
Fantastic.
And I will come in basically on all four.
I love it.
And slide
Absolutely
into
love
place
it.
and take my vanguard position.
Wonderful. Okay.
That'll be in turn.
This gibbering mouther is going to just move 20 feet forward. Ezra, you're up.
I see anyone at this angle?
Not realistically, I don't believe. No. Your line of sight is blocked on all of them.
Then I would use my action to dash.
Sounds good.
Am I able to see everybody at this angle?
You can see everyone but Bones.
No.
Yeah, you're good now.
Okay, that's my turn.
Okay, sounds good. Bones. The pink masses are now aware of your presence, and they are moving closer, slowly, but surely.
Oh yeah, pink.
They sound so much less threatening when I just call them pink masses.
Alright, can I dive behind the wolf and panther and use my bonus action to hide?
I don't.
Is that possible?
I don't think they provide enough realistic cover to actually hide yourself.
Okay, how about this? How about he blends to make himself look like a double of the panther, thus disguising his presence?
Are you saying that Bones and Wolf Panther look alike?
This is racist.
He is a black lion, right?
Are you black line? Bones?
My main's got some black in it.
You got some black in it? Okay. Fair. I would say
mostly.
no. It's you. The only way you could successfully hide is if you went back down the tunnel and around the corner.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna shoot my bow.
Okay. Who are you targeting?
The closer one in
Okay.
the middle.
Sounds good. Nice.
Damn.
Fuck yeah.
Too bad I can't snake tag.
Yeah, you can't snake attack, but it's still a solid, good 10 damage.
Yes.
Gets into the creature. Very
I'm
nice. All right, that is the end of your turn. At the start of its turn, this gibbering mouther is just going to move.
Firing squad.
It's just going to move 20 feet towards you guys. Because that is what it do. These thingies are slow. Matashtai, it is your turn. However, now you are within range of the creature, so I do need you to roll a wisdom saving throw. Your DC is 10.
Okay. I'm going to use my reaction to use my dual mind
Okay,
and roll at advantage.
nice. Much better. Significantly. So you feel, right? You feel that moment where the psychobabble hits your mind like a wave and you are overpowered by it. But I think in that moment, what is your quarry? Do you want to narrate that for us? What that looks like or
so,
feels like or
so
sounds like in Matash's
as it
head?
looks like Matashtai is about to be overwhelmed by the psychic babble. You all see a blue, ethereal, tall, stately woman in a flowing gown kind of materialize out of him.
Oh shit, your stand.
Yeah, my stand.
Dio.
And turn face Matt and just kind of like lightly tap him on the cheek and say, "No, no, no."
Nice. All right. So, dual mind of the Kalishtar is able to keep Matashtai in the game. What would you like to do?
You gonna pop a couple more shots off.
Pop some shots. Fuck yeah.
Pop. Failure. Pop.
Ooh.
Failure. Oh.
Roll. Confirm that critical for me. Roll a 1d20.
Confirmed.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh, no.
So I think here's the punishment. Here's the downside. I love this for bows because bows have a very clear and present. You get two things with bows, right? You either shoot someone else or your bowstring snaps. So shoot someone else is the first roll. Bowstring snaps is the second roll. Roll me a 1d2. All right, you
Can't his
shoot.
bowstring snap?
Huh?
It's got his soul in it.
It's a goddamn magical longbow.
It's a soul bow.
You are able to rebuff the mind-altering effects of the gibbering mouther, but for whatever reason, right as you go to aim your bow, you kind of like the effect kind of like reinstates itself for a brief moment, and you shake your head. Your aim falters just to the side, and you shoot a glancing shot. Please roll damage.
On the bow?
Yeah, on the bow. So that would be 13 damage. It is reduced by half because we reduce critical fails by half because we're nice. So that would be 6 damage. But then it's against it basically like you air just slightly and you graze ashes
Great,
in
so
the
he's gonna
arm.
fucking rage and hit one of us.
And it's my turn next.
It absolutely is. This is the beauty of critical fails, though. I love this. Okay. Ashes. You
So I
take
take 3?
half damage from what?
Piercing, slashing, and bludgeoning.
From non-magical weapons, or just period?
I am not
Period.
clicking the button because it's fucking huge.
It's a huge wall of text. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
I believe it's period, but I will check.
You have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage from non-magical weapons that aren't silvered.
Okay. Which means, so your bow counts as a magic weapon, right, Matashtai?
Yes.
Only when it's convenient to him.
So, you do not lessen the damage from this shot, so you take the full 6 ashes.
All 6 has been taken.
6 damage. 6 damage. All right. But your 10, I will say this, immediately after you do recover from the first shot, and you are able to knock another arrow and fire that off, so you do roll your damage for the 10, because the 10 does hit. These things have 9 AC, so they're pretty easy. You almost hit it with your critical fail, honestly. Okay, so are you shooting the closest one to you?
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. Fantastic. So that one is shot. Ashes! Well, I guess technically, Matashtai, you know how this works now. You've seen it enough times. It's still your turn. Do you want to move?
That would be such a dick move.
Kinda, yeah.
It's up to you.
And honestly, though, I had this plan to move anyway, so I'm just gonna count this out real quick. So 5, 15,
Bear in
25,
mind,
35,
if
45.
you go near the mouthers.
Yeah, I got you. Shh. 5, 15, 25, 35, 45,
From the DM.
55, 60,
How much move speed you got, motherfucker?
65, 70, 75, 80.
You know you're not hasting anymore, my dude.
I'm going to step of the wind, so fuck all of you!
I was just asking. I was.
Oh wait, no,
assuming.
I can't. Never mind. I can't. I forgot I used bonus
It is
action.
you
Use
who
your
are the
bonus
one
action.
that should fuck.
It is you who are the asshole.
So instead, I step back here.
Okay, fair enough. Fair
I
enough.
use my reaction to attack Matt.
All right, Ashes. You know the drill. Your
I
time
know
is
the
now.
drill. Here we go.
You've taken 6
It's
damage.
a DC 10. It has been saved.
Ashes, you're good. You kind of like you look back at Matashtai as after he shoots you in the arm, but you know who the enemy is.
I'm cowering behind a panther, like what?
I grabbed the.
I think in that moment, Wolf makes that psychic connection to you, Matashtai, and goes, "Did you really just run behind me?"
No. I'm protecting your flank.
Go ahead,
So I'm
Ashes.
gonna run up.
Yep. After
pulling the arrow
hold
out
up a
of
minute.
your
Hold up a
shoulder.
minute. Hold up a minute. That was your wisdom saving throw. I need you to make another wisdom saving throw.
Yep, that's true. Followed by a strength saving throw.
10. meets
Dang.
it, beats it.
Ah,
So you make the wisdom saving throw, and I think where are you at? You were right here.
yeah, I was right there.
You are outside of the range of the aberrant ground, so you do not need to make the strength saving throw. But as soon as you step forward, you are walking into difficult terrain. So it does cost. Not that it matters if you're just going to him.
That's all I want to do is just move up there.
You're good then. But you do you do feel the soft clay kind of like as you walk up to him.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slash twice at the Mouther in front of me.
Sure. Slashy. That's definitely a hit. 7 damage. Nice.
Oh yeah, crit that boy.
Ooh, buddy.
Okay.
7.
And
Very good. So you just
instead
start to
of using
claw
my-
into it.
and then I'm actually going to look over that current Mouther, extend my hand, and cast Blood Curse of Binding on the Mouther behind him.
Ooh, attempt to bind an enemy no more than one size larger than you within 30 feet.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Okay, so what is your DC?
That's a good question. Spell. Apparently, my DC is 12, so not hard to beat.
Okay.
How do you amplify?
I have to take
Take
my
damage.
right damage again.
Yeah.
So on top of casting, if I want to amplify, I sacrifice 6 HP.
But you're not amplifying this, right?
No, this is just a regular.
Okay.
Bro, you should amplify it.
Bro, you just cost me my amplified cost. with
You're
a fucking crit
fine.
failure.
All right.
You're
Strength
fine.
strength saving throw.
You're more fine than not.
14.
Damn it.
Beats it.
Okay. It saves.
Woo!
Unfortunately. That would have been nice though. That
Would have been
real nice.
Points for
really
effort
nice.
there.
If you guys can like ensnare or keep them from actually reaching you, absolutely, that would have been wonderful.
Mhm.
All right. Okay, if that
It
is
was
the
worth a shot.
end of your turn.
Into my turn.
Okay. End of your turn. I think at this
Wait,
point,
Wait, hold up. Hold up. Panther never got to go.
Panther is not
Oh.
on the sheet or on the list.
Sure is not. He's there now.
Sounds good. We'll put him. Look, we'll make him a 17, so that he can go
Okay.
now.
Okay.
Have Panther roll me a Wisdom saving throw.
Well, fine.
Hey, he wanted to go now.
Panther
Panther
fails.
fails. All right, so you cannot take reactions until the start of your next turn, and I need you to roll a D8.
Oh god, he's
D8.
gonna hit ashes.
If he
Sounds
fucking
like
hits
he might.
us,
He very well might. That's a 1.
No,
hold up,
he
hold
rolled
up,
a
hold up, hold up. I
1D.
rolled a 1D.
A 1D.
Uh,
That's a 4. It's actually the same result as a 1. Wolf Panther sits there dumbly, its mind basically fried for this turn, doing nothing. Yes, it does the cat thing. It just licks its paw. So. All right, so that's Wolf Panther's turn. Unfortunate.
Panther Wolf.
Wolf Panther. His
Wolf.
name is Wolf, and he is
Panther
in
Wolf.
Panther
His name is
form.
Wolf.
Yes, so Panther is the adjective. Panther Wolf.
There's no
So,
adjectives in name.
This
It's a proper
gibbering
noun.
mouther steps forward.
God beg to
Mhm.
differ, sir.
I beg to differ, sir. So I don't think the gibbering mouther likes that scenario. So I think what it's gonna do is it's just gonna use its 20. It's gonna
I really
use its
wanted
dash,
that
and it's
one
just
back
gonna
there.
get
Damn it.
closer. Okay,
I was really hoping this wouldn't be the case.
Ezra, you're up.
Too
You see-
bad.
2 pink masses getting closer and closer to everybody.
Do I have any visibility on them?
Yeah, you have visibility on them. They'll have cover if you're doing a ranged attack. They'll
Oh,
have.
will they?
I said if you're doing a ranged attack, if you're doing
Oh,
a saving
well then.
throw.
Unless you finger the pink mass.
That's not a ranged attack. My statement still
It's a ranged
applies.
attack. It's a ranged attack.
No, it does. You do not make
I
a
am
ranged
copying
attack.
the 2 charges out of the wand to make
Okay.
it a 2nd level magic missile. Because you can burn extra. So 1 charge is a 1st level. Magic.
Oh, okay. So you're
I'm
burning
burning 2
3
charges.
charges.
2
to-
charges.
2 charges. Okay. You won.
I
Okay,
mean, the
gotcha.
second
Okay. Sorry. The way you said it, I was like, wait, are you casting it yourself and then trying to use the wand to amplify your own cat? I don't think you can do that, Jake. I was
mean,
like, what?
I
Okay.
could channel 5th level out. I'd be down for it.
No, sir. No, sir. Okay.
All of it is going at the one that looks the weakest, which I assume is the one I just watch Ashes.
You can make the deduction, but like mini oozes, you guys can't differentiate on what is more damage.
Yeah.
But you did see Ashes just tear into this one, and the other
Yeah,
one hasn't been attacked. So yeah.
That would be my quick deduction.
Absolutely.
Kill that fucker.
So missiles streak out, detonate into the Mouther, and we're good to go. It is still alive, but anything else for your turn, or are you good?
No, sir.
Fantastic. Bones, I need you.
Okay.
Whiz.
I have a rules lawyer question. Does the gibbering effect
Multiply now.
of a gibbering mouther stack? No, like do you have to make a saving throw for each one that you are in the AoE of?
I would say no, but we'll see what the interweb says.
We're gonna see.
I doubt that's gonna be on.
The immediate, if you search something along, it starts to ask, are gibbering mouthers immune to the effects of other gibbering mouthers?
Yeah. I don't think so. Definitely not. If 2 of them stack, they're not immune to each other.
That's sure, fair enough.
I was really.
I
trying
think
to
I
avoid
think we'll
this.
err on the side of them not stacking. I didn't get an immediate response, so Bones, 1 Wisdom saving throw, DC 10.
I mean,
Oh,
God.
out of the water, easy peasy.
If it's got the
I would
You can
argue
never
that
tell
you
how
can
many
make a roll
mouths
at
it has.
disadvantage because of the overwhelming
Oh,
presence of
that would be a
multiple-
good ruling. I like that. I'm not going to do that now because I didn't think of that initially, and he already rolled his 22 crit saving throw.
His fucking crit save.
So I don't want to be like,
Fuck it.
oh yeah, that's a great one. You have disadvantage. Fuck your crit. You know, I don't want to be like that. That would be a very rude thing to do. So you, Bones is able to rebuff the overwhelming psychobabble, right? What would you like to do on your turn? Because you are outside of the range of the aberrant ground.
Oh, I
Though
am.
you see it is beginning to turn to clay right in front of you.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Some men don't die.
Right
It's a
here.
good song.
Yeah, I like this one.
I've added a couple in the last 2 weeks that are pretty good. All right, so what are you doing?
I just dropped my bow. Fuck this thing.
You dropping the bow?
Delete it out of your inventory. So
No.
You can add it back later.
It hasn't betrayed me. I just drop it.
I just don't want to use it. Absolutely.
Because Jeremy says I can draw and throw things. So
For ranged attacks,
fucking draw and
absolutely.
throw my fucking storm boomerang and a dagger.
Mhm.
Well, 3rd crit in a row, boys.
Damn, son. All right.
It's the crit king.
So wait,
All hail.
who are you throwing at first? Who are you throwing at first?
The one who's hurt.
Okay, so the storm boomerang hits it, right? There's this discharge because it's recharged, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's this discharge,
Yeah.
and it fries that gibbering mouther. It's dead from the storm boomerang.
So
So your dagger can get thrown as well.
All right, well, take that 2 damage from that dagger then.
Okay, gotcha.
Enjoy that.
Suck on that 2 damage.
Hey, that's 2 damage. That might make the difference for
Turn
something.
over.
Turn over. Fantastic.
Okay,
Okay, so that means this gibbering mouther is dead. And we are back to the top of the round with
That
Matashtai.
dagger was almost a crit too. That would have been.
Matashtai, I need a wisdom saving throw from you. You are within
Okay.
range of the psychobabble. You are good to go, good sir.
I cannot be stopped now.
Not be stopped.
I'm gonna get over
Cannot
here.
be contained.
I'm actually like before I take off, I'm gonna drop my bow right here.
Okay,
And I'm gonna draw my katana.
gotcha.
And I'm gonna run over here.
Keep in mind
The
how
ground
much
is
movement
playing
you have.
weapons.
You have a crap ton of movement, don't you?
I have 50 movement.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
You as you get close, right? As you get within 10 feet of him, it does become clay-like ground and it's difficult terrain. But you're
Oh,
so
sorry, I have 45. Sorry, I
yeah,
was
you
wrong.
should still be fine.
Okay.
Because you'd be 5, and then it'd be 15, 25, 35.
Okay.
It's really only people that have like 30 feet of movement that start to get fucked by the terrain effect from gibbering mouthers.
Hey,
so
hey, or 25.
Or, yeah, like a dwarf running away from a gibbering mouther is like,
Oh god!
Yeah, you can go 10 feet, bitch.
yeah, pretty much.
Alright, I draw my katana and I strike swiftly.
Swiftly, that's a hit. Absolutely.
Slash.
Slashing mesh,
And I
slash
slash
systems.
again.
Absolutely. Get 'em.
Swiftly. Striking.
Swiftly striking.
And then I flow into a roundhouse kick.
That kick lands in some teeth and breaks some.
I then spend a key point and I kick again.
Good lord.
He's trying to
Sounds
kill
like
this thing before he gets another turn.
I just see a cartoon cloud of smoke with limbs coming out of it.
Absolutely. Except it's not a cartoon cloud, it's this pink mass of teeth with teeth and eyes coming out of it.
Just- you hear the Tasmanian devil tornado sound effect?
Yeah.
Alright, that's the end of my turn.
Very nice, very nice.
Good
Ashes.
And here I'm only gonna get to attack 3 times.
Wisdom saving throw, strength saving throw.
Wisdom. Strength.
You're good. And
God
Oh,
damn
you
it.
still- Oh, boy.
you're not good. You cannot move, but I don't think you were intending on moving
I'm
anyways.
not planning on moving.
So you sink down into the aberrant ground a little bit, but who gives a shit? You're gonna kill this thing.
Yep. Claw. Claw.
That's a hit.
Claw.
And a hit.
God damn, the clawing.
And a hit. All 3 hit. Absolutely.
Ha. Ha.
Those are good claws, dog.
Those are pretty good claws.
Thanks, man.
How do you want to do that? just
Have you ever played Marvel vs. Capcom 2? And
Yeah.
you
Yes,
play
we're fucking Wolverine.
you're doing the
and he
Berserker
has
Barrage
his-
though.
His Squirrel Circle punch is Berserker Barrage.
Yeah.
Just-
here's the only thing though is like you go to Berserker Barrage, but normally you dash with Berserker Barrage, but your
Yeah.
feet are like locked into place, so you just like lean forward and Berserker Barrage in place.
Berserker Barrage.
Oh shit, that's funny. I like it. Okay, cool. You shred this thing, and a few moments pass. The gibbering stops. The psychobabble. You're free from the assault upon your minds. Right, the clay. You kind of like pull yourself up out. Ashes, and then it's slow. It's not like, oh, it's dead instantly back hard, right? But the ground beneath these masses begins to slowly solidify. You think maybe over the course of like 10 or 15 minutes it might actually harden all the way back. So, congratulations, guys. Good job.
We did it, friends.
Yeah, you did.
So that's 450 experience, right?
That is 300 experience for the gibbering mouthers.
1 was 150. That's not how math works.
That's not how the experience calculation for.
Fuck
ED
you,
works,
Wizards of the Coast.
unfortunately. Well, so
What is
so
it,
all
33
of
honeys?
all of the experience in this module, I have had to go back and recalculate because the original, like if you play the module the way it's originally intended, you hit like level 20 at like level on like floor 14 or 15,
Yeah, let's do that. Put
What's
that back
wrong
in.
with that?
which means
Put
the
that back
entire rest of the dungeon is completely bullshit and
This
We
is
have
why
portals.
we still
We'll
have
go
a
where we
goddamn
want to
six
go with our
Jeremy.
power.
so
Fucking Jeremy has decided to openly fuck us.
everything
That's
has
Yeah.
been rebalanced to meet the expectations of the module, meaning sometimes you'll run
Everything has
into
been
sometimes
refucked.
you'll run into situations like this where the experience is balanced based off of what kind of a challenge it is. So a single gibbering mouther is an easy challenge, so you get 150 experience for this
I
level.
disagree.
Whereas 3 is a medium challenge, so you get 300. So complain to Wizards of the Coast about their effective challenge ratings and lack.
Sounds like they were going to give us tons of experience.
They absolutely were. If you guys did everything
So I should
on,
complain to them about their lots of
if
experience?
you guys did everything on floor 1, 2, and 3, you'd be level 9.
Yes,
That
let's
sounds
do that.
perfect.
That'd be level 9.
You'd be level 9, whereas you're supposed to be level 8. So in the first 3 levels, you over level by an entire level. If
Nice.
you,
Supposed to
if you
based
follow
on
the
what?
base. Huh? So if
Supposed
you-
to based on what?
If you just follow the amount of experience allotted, and here's the other thing, that's just counting monster kill experience, because that's all that you get experience for in the module, the base module, except for like the 4 quests that are in the base module. You get experience from those. I'm giving you guys experience for quests. I'm giving you experience for some social encounters, things like that, which you normally don't get. It's a weird thing. I can talk about it for hours though, but we don't have that
I'm
kind of
torn
time.
because I both want the experience, but I also like to have the social experience as well.
Here's the other thing, right? It
I want
says
both.
in
I'd
the
like to have both,
module,
please.
it's
I'd
designed.
also like both. I vote both.
The way the module
Both?
is designed is it's intended for
Both.
level 5 to be your first level of the dungeon, level 6 to be your second level of the dungeon, level 7 to be the third level, and then level 4, I think it's at level 4 or it might be the 5th level. But eventually it starts to, the first couple levels of the dungeon, you're supposed to get a level per floor. After the first couple levels, you're supposed to get a half a level per floor. Up
Damn, so
until
we're gonna get like a quarter level.
no, you got that's what I balanced it to. Previously, it was like you're gonna get a level and a half each floor until you hit 20, and then you're gonna have like 8 more levels of the dungeon to do.
Yes.
So now it's rebalanced to actually be what it was intended.
I would like to
Oh, so-
continue this conversation
You mean
once we wrap up.
Right,
we
we're
might
we're
have some
doing
time
we're
to
doing the
enjoy
D&D
being
thing
level
where we just
20?
talk
Is that
about
what you were
mechanics.
saying?
Say what?
Oh man.
What? No, I honestly didn't hear what you said. What's up?
I said so we might have had some time to enjoy being level 20, the thing that happens fucking once a lifetime in the Dungeons
If
and
you
Dragons?
guys if you guys optimize everything and you're very good, what you're gonna do is you're gonna hit level 20 the way I have experience set. You're gonna hit level 20 probably around floor 2021 of the dungeon. So you still get to experience being at that high power level for a while. It's not like we beat Halaster at level 19 and now we're 20. We never get to play at 20.
All right, everything we do from now on is in the name of optimization.
No, I'm not that vicious. Anyways, let's continue. You guys you have defeated these gibbering mouthers, right? You're now in this kind of open area where there's this collapse tunnel behind you. There are veins of bluish green ore riddled through the collapse, not on the walls, right? The walls around you are all carved dwarven architecture, right? This used to be a used living place, right? This was some portion of the dwarven kingdom of the Malarican dwarves, but the
after that-
cave-in is full of ore.
After that, Matt's just gonna go by. Each person is like, clap him on the shoulder and like kind of just like haha, and just each person just like nice job, that was awesome, we did great, way better than the first one. Just, you know, just hyping up the team.
Absolutely,
Just,
way better than the first one.
Like I don't know, like I feel like Matt would be pretty fucking excited with how that went compared to the first one.
You guys you scouted a little bit, you came up with a plan, and then you executed the plan. The first one, you sent all of you down a constricted tunnel with the loudest person going first.
Technically, that's inaccurate. Ezra didn't go down it.
What the fuck ever, man. Alright.
I buffed people and stayed hidden.
Fair enough. So, you
Ooh.
now see there are halls turning northward and southward on this eastern end. Let me double check and see if there's anything else here. Not of note immediately.
Oh well.
You just want to go north, or you want to go south?
Nuzzle
North
wuzzle.
is probably gonna dead end sooner.
What are you doing, Zach?
You mean to check? I'll check.
No,
Muzzle
what-
wuzzle.
like, what,
I don't know. I'm
are
just
you
saying
watching
things,
some furry
honestly.
shit? I don't like.
No. Honestly, all day today, and for the last like 3 days, all I can think about is saying the word Beepus. Beppis.
Beppis?
I don't know why.
Like,
It's fucking weird.
that freaking shit.
It's stuck inside my brain, dudes.
Yeah.
Fucking
Alright.
Beppis.
Fucking Jordan.
It's insidious. It gets in, and then it never goes away.
Negative.
So,
You gotta give me some Beppis.
Bones, are you exploring northward to see what's going on there?
I fucking explore silently like a cat.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking
8
raging
paladins.
darkness. Guys, I found raging darkness.
Raging darkness.
Darkness.
Oh, actually, it is. What's going on there?
That is aggressive
fucking
darkness.
dark.
Just like a wall of darkness.
I don't know. It just looks dark.
That's
It's probably- I wonder if
weird.
it's
What
an
is
actual
happening
wall.
here? There
Wow,
is.
this might be the weirdest thing we found in the dungeon yet.
Matt,
This-
send one of your light balls down there.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna
okay.
move you up there.
Oh, hey, it's gone.
Did that work? Yeah, there's some here. I'm gonna move you again.
I am the bringer of light.
Okay,
Did,
yeah.
did that
it's-
fix it?
Yeah.
Okay, there was some weird
I think,
residual stuff going on where like
I clear the fog of darkness.
the angle had created some sort of permanent fog against low light. But anyways, so it is
want.
as you guys see now. It curves back westward, and if you step forward just slightly, you will see that it deadens into another haven.
I slept forward slightly to confirm that it dead ends into another cave in.
Yeah.
Yep,
And
sure does.
and here, like in the previous location,
there's
there
one.
are chunks of bluish green ore filled in with the debris of the cave-in itself. So moving on, you guys head back south, and then the tunnel, the halls, the grand halls, curve back westwards. And you can see to the west, it begins to cave in as well. But then it begins to turn south.
Oh. It continues.
It does continue. Okay. You guys begin to slowly make your way towards the south around this kind of like range, this extension. Did you go through the wall?
Enter the
No.
wall. Oh, I'm
No,
in the wall.
I'm
Nope.
in the wall, but I didn't go through it.
Stop
No,
it!
someone just went
Someone
through
went
it.
through.
Stop
I'm in it.
moving!
I'm in it.
Stop.
Get in.
Stop moving.
Okay.
Stop it.
Jeremy's got he's smiling, but he's got a serious face.
I will fucking end you guys.
I wouldn't be this time.
He's smiling, but he's got that "don't fuck with me" face. In the eyes.
I will fucking get you guys. Alright, so there's a brief moment where Matashtai and Bones disappear into the wall, but then they come back. And then you guys see to the south, right? These grand hallways they're not filled with like elaborate frescoes or anything like that that you guys have seen in other halls. They're imposing, they're large, but they're relatively stark. There are basic kind of like wall crenellations, trim, that type of stuff, stone carvings, but they're really
These halls are much
basic.
larger than the other ones.
Absolutely, they're huge.
And they're differently designed. I wonder if we broke into some other system of tunnels separate from
Maybe.
the dungeon.
We might actually be able to track down our mage that we're looking for if we keep going.
So, you guys see the tunnels to the south curve back westward. Continue on your way down here, and you find that tunnel begins to narrow. And you come to a small intersection. I'm gonna say a couple things. You're gonna note a couple things as you come here. Let me check your field of vision. Yeah, absolutely. So what you're gonna see is you're gonna see ahead of you, right over here, you see this hall opens up into a room, and bisecting the room is an 8-foot high wall of oddly shaped, mangled skeletons and rusty armor. And then you hear from this northern passage, right? You hear the clangs of metal and shouts echoing down
From the north?
from the north.
And what was to the west again?
The west is it's like a skeleton wall.
Oh, that doesn't sound ominous at all. Just dead bodies across the walls?
But it's not dead. It's not just dead bodies, but it's like legitimately like skeletons and rusty armor and skeletons in rusty armor, but they're all like mangled and lashed together into.
I will bet anything that those come to life and fight them.
Into this wall of skeletons.
I will literally bet anything.
Fight some undead. They'll be
But
good.
you hear the clanging and shouting coming from the north. It's echoing down the halls. So it is somewhat distant, right? It's not like right around the corner. But what would you guys like to do?
Let's ambush the undead beholder that's going to ambush us if we try to go to that fight.
Okay, sounds good. Where would you like to lie in ambush?
No, I just want to attack it.
Okay, well, you got to find it first.
I attack the
I
dark.
attack the darkness. I was waiting for that to come out. So what's the plan?
Oh, you guys want to go west or north? North seems more pressing with the sounds of possible combat happening. Maybe there's some people we can save. We should save people! I rush.
Oh, well, you know what? Real quick.
Matashtai goes rushing northwards.
A globe.
All right, another great hall presses out before you, right? You guys are running down this hall. The shouting and the clanging of metal gets louder. You hear this screech, this as something dies, like it screeches this death throw. You rush eastward, and you see this area comes to a cave-in. And you begin to rush in. Go ahead. I know you can see from like the fog of war because of the way it is, but you wouldn't actually be able to see until you ran further in. So as you guys kind of run in, you see this scene laid out before you. Let me describe this. So you guys are in good position now. What you see is a wounded man, shielded by battered, bloodied armor, has been backed into the southeast corner of this room. This warrior faces off against two creatures, each with a single baleful eye and a four-armed insectoid creature. But he does not seem cowed. He holds a great sword and stands at the ready, a wild, crazed look upon his face. There are multiple other of these single-eyed creatures lying dead on the floor, their bodies covered in hack marks, right, like sword marks. They have been cut down, and there's a flickering lantern providing some light. I want to show you guys kind of what these things look like real quick. So this is the four-armed insectoid creature that you see.
He's cool. I like him.
And then these are the single-eyed creatures
I feel
that
like
you
his
see.
trident should be bigger.
Your trident should be bigger.
Oh, that's why you said mine's a Fandelver. I got you now.
Yeah. So, I think in this instant, right, everyone, all parties involved, become aware of the other parties involved, right? And the man goes, "Don't just stand there!" Ah! And he charges forward, and I think that is where we will end
I like that he
the
calls us out.
session.
We were not saying we were ready to fight.
Yeah, we were booking it.
So I think that is where we will end the session, and we will pick up next time to see if you guys can help this individual fight off these fell creatures.
All right. Just quick question, real quick. How long has it been since we fought the got out of initiative with the Mouthers?
You guys didn't dilly-dally, so I think... I always assume that you guys are
Greater than
moving...
or less than 10 minutes.
I always assume that you guys are moving cautiously, so coming down all of these tunnels to this point probably would have taken you some time. What I would say is that you're nearing the end. I'd say you'd have, we'll go with having a minute left.
Okay.
So just notate that for next week, you have a minute left of your transformation. As long as this, whatever this turns into, doesn't go for longer than 10 rounds, you should be good. All right.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir.
Well, you guys are in an exciting spot now, and you actually covered a fair amount of ground. You guys met Shunshurith tonight, and you got kind of like a little bit of quests in information from him, right? And then you got through multiple groups of, or I guess a group and then a single gibbering mouther, and now you have found this battle. So that's where we'll pick up next time. Hope you guys had fun.
That was a good session,
did.
boys.
See ya.
I had fun. Goodbye.